That's the thing about life. It can be unpredictable, but your dreams need not be. How far would you go to make your dreams come true? How close are you to reaching those goals set by you? While others focus on a new normal, you focus on a new beginning. Look around for what inspires you. Build your narrative. After all, it's your story to tell. Take a chance. Take a leap. Begin your study abroad journey with us.
Looking for the right course for you? Welcome to AECC Global's Course Search, your one-stop platform for all your international education needs. Browse through millions of free, valuable study abroad resources to pursue your international study dream. To begin your search, type in your preferred course in the search bar. Filter by sub-course category, level of study, destination preference, tuition fees, duration and post-study work visa. With a destination drop-down, you can search for the preferred destinations of your choice. You can also filter down courses by top-ranked universities in your preferred destination and their rankings. Browse through various career choices, and you can also browse through free student resources like articles on tips to study abroad, the latest news, etc. We are here to support you with every step of your study abroad journey. To explore your course options, visit search.aeccglobal.com.
Oke, selamat siang teman-teman AECC Global. Apa kabar? Selamat berjumpa kembali dengan saya, Lani dari AECC Global, yang akan menjadi host di acara siang hari ini dengan judul British Council Scholarship Webinar. Hari ini ada beberapa perwakilan uni, kurang lebih 8 yang akan menyampaikan scholarship-nya. Jadi teman-teman tolong simak baik-baik. Dan bila ada pertanyaan, silahkan diketik di Q&A box. Bukan chat box ya teman-teman, Q&A box. Berhubung waktunya tidak banyak untuk masing-masing university, jadi please listen carefully, kemudian chat atau type your question in the Q&A box. Tentunya pertanyaannya mengenai hal-hal yang belum diterangkan di presentation terkait. Oke, saya menghemat waktu, jadi saya ingin memperkenalkan langsung pembicara pertama kita ya, Mr. Jason Ong. He is the Regional Manager Southeast Asia from University of Southampton. So, without further ado, Jason, I'd like to pass on the screen to you. I will put off my camera and mute my speaker, of course. However, 2 minutes before your time is up, I will put it on and as a reminder. Over to you, Jason.
Thanks, Lenny. Good afternoon, everyone. Nice meeting with everyone here today. Let me share my screen now. Right, so hopefully you guys can see my screen. So, yeah. So good afternoon. I'm actually from University of Southampton. Me and my colleague Lizzie, she's based in UK and I'm based in Asia. So we are here to give you an idea about where is Southampton and what Southampton offer, to you. So just a brief explanation. We're in down southeast of UK, which is actually not far away from London itself. We're about an hour, 10-12 minutes to London. So you can be taking a train to London, or in domestically, you can take a flight from Southampton to nearby European country. So it's like 24 European country and 6 UK city. And there's a free bus pass if you come and study with us. So that bus pass will allow you to travel around the city itself. So we are about 159 years old now. Our reputation is about 159 years of history. So we started off we then recently, about 70 years ago, we changed our university name to University of Southampton. We're ranked at 77 in the world in 2022. So hopefully this year we're going to climb a little bit higher. So we're top 15 in UK university, and overall over 6,500 international students from 135 countries. Including Indonesia as well. We in 8 in the UK for research intensity. And then at the same time, we are also founding member for Russell Group. Before in the 90s, they have included to 24, right? So we're the founding members. So we have 6 campuses in Southampton. So Highfield campus, Borderwoods, University Hospital, Southampton, Waterfront, as well as Avenue campus is all located in Southampton. We have one a little bit further away called Winchester. To the north side is where our art school are based at. So it's depending which program you are planning to do, then you will be located in different campuses itself. And we also have one campus in Malaysia as well, in Johor Bahru, which is not too far from Indonesia. So just from top view, you can see they are all scattered around the city itself. So Southampton is a very unique city. They are not like a metropolitan city, which is a lot of high-rise building in Jakarta. It's actually quite a low-density city. We have a population between 250,000, but 50,000 is really a student's population in the city itself. So it's definitely a vibrant city. You have Mayflower Theatre, where it's actually most of our music school students will do performance there. And we have a Southampton Football Club there as well. So Stadium Light, which is you can watch a Premier League there on your favorite clubs, as well as that Ocean Village. We have a mall in there as well. Definitely it's not a big mall. There's about 100 over shops there, 220 restaurants there as well. And there's a bar street as well called Oxford Street. And there's a lot of green space for you to study around that area itself. So let's look at a little bit of the city of Southampton. Definitely it's very vibrant. Lots of activity during the summer, as well as during the springtime, which is coming soon. Spring is actually a main time. So this year spring, we have a spring career fair where it's really good for anyone that looking for a job, building a networking. This is applying to be at that location itself. So these are Winchester, where our art school based at. So inspiring arts and culture of everyone, exciting cultural opportunity for everyone. So we have also an experience of live music, Turner Sim, join our symphony orchestra, discover international world of visual arts, John Hansard Gallery, take center stage of 40 students performing art and society. As you can see, is really interesting. There's a lot of arts and culture going on in Southampton, as well as we have a very strong society called Susu. If you do want to know a little bit more about Southampton Indonesian society, you can always follow them in their Instagram. It can be found on the Instagram itself. So live on campus, besides study, there's actually more things we can do. We have Southampton virtual environment, which is now, because of the COVID, we have certain classes running online and certain students can do things online as well. So we do have access all file, software, email, and university network from anywhere. We're all using Microsoft. So it's all students come in, they will get an access into it. So Wi-Fi access across all campus to feed your learning around your life. So you can study anywhere, any location you're comfortable at. We have 5 libraries with more than 3 million books in the campus itself. So we have 6 campuses, as you can see, that scatter around all the books. So 9 gyms, 6 on campus, 3 in the city itself. Centenary building, our new 50 million learning and teaching center, which is during the business school. Free in-sessional English language support. So if you require some English support, you will get that as well. And free study skills training throughout all years of study as well. Now, depending on which program you choose from, I believe today we are looking to great scholarship. It's actually fall under the Faculty of Social Science. Social Science is a very big faculty. We have business school, we have mathematics school, as well as the law school. It's all and fall under the Faculty of Social Science. We have Faculty of Art Humanity, where it's our languages, our films, our arts, all are there, including music school. Faculty of Environmental and Life Science, where our biochemistry and bioscience and all science-related programs are there. Faculty of Medicines, which is our medicine school. And last and not least, the strongest faculty would be the Faculty of Engineering and Physical Science, which is engineering and computer science. So we are multi-award winning career service center, which is I encourage everyone to go and try and use it. Yes, you might be working now in Indonesia. If you're trying to adopt starting and getting a job in UK, it's always good to get some career service guidance and so on. They'll be able to help you through the process. We actually help 400 plus current and graduate students for internship placement. And we are ranked one of the top 150 global institutions for employability. So that's why the spring career fair is really good to be there, because these are always the time for you to get on hold an opportunity. So here are some of the targeted by top graduate employers. It's not a limit to it, but there's just some of it. So for accommodation, so lots of schools might not be able to guarantee, but we are guaranteed accommodation to all international students. Just make sure you book it before 1st of August, then you're guaranteed a place to stay, whether you're doing undergraduate or master program. We have undergraduates and postgraduate specific halls, such as City Gateway and Glen Owl. So these two halls are mainly for this particular reason, yeah? So here are some of our halls. It's definitely beautiful. It's a mix between old and new. So let's get into the merit scholarship. So all programs are given merit scholarship except the engineering program. Only chemical engineering are given merit scholarships. So you can see here it's up to £3,000 for undergraduate students and up to £9,000 for postgraduate students. It's all automatic scholarship based on grades, so we do not require you to fill out any particular documentations. But this year, the unique part for Indonesia is the Great Scholarship for Justice and Law. So if you're keen to come over here and study with us, for the 10,000 for postgraduate students, the University of Southampton has one scholarship available for 2022-23 academic year for students from Indonesia for all one-year taught LM program within law. The deadline for the application is by 31st May 2022. If you definitely have any particular queries and so on, if you want to know a little bit more, AECC will definitely be able to assist you from there. But I will definitely leave my email after this, and then you can always reach out to me personally. Yeah. So when you come to Southampton, you always also have you don't have to worry so much how to get to Southampton. We have this service called Meet and Greet service. It's actually offered to our international students. We'll go to London Heathrow Airport to pick you up from in person and bring you to Southampton. It's all free of charge. It's generally to make sure that you're safe getting into Southampton. So you greet by a very beautiful people here, like international student from the green t-shirt you can see, as well as an international officer, the orange colored t-shirts. Yeah, they'll pick you up from the airport all the way, bring you to Southampton itself. So here's my email. I'll just keep it short because then we have 20 minutes. I'd rather answering your Q&A. You can copy it out or take a picture of my email address or my colleague email address. Yeah, we're more than happy to assist you from there. I saw there's some question here coming in. Okay. Can student in master do internship since master is only 1 year? Now, you don't require to do internship for 1 year. You can actually, what you can do is that upon you completed your study, you can actually extend your stay in UK for the next 2 years. We call graduate routes. Yeah, it's open to all master students as well as undergraduate students. So what you need to do is that upon you completed your study, get the visa team in the Southampton. They will actually help you to apply for your graduate route for 2-year extension. So you can stay there. So before you graduate, utilize the opportunity to use the Career Service Center, which is free of charge. Then they will help you through to get you prepared to get a job. If you go to LinkedIn page, you generally will see a lot of students are sharing their success story about getting a job in Southampton, especially depending on what program you're doing. So that's a very good time for you to come in UK this coming year as well, because the graduate is still open for any international students. I hope that answered your questions. Is there any chance of scholarship program for the social science faculty? Social science faculty, if you talk about business program, is up to £9,000. So if you're interested in MBA program, it's up to 9,000. So others is actually up to 5,000. So depending which program you're interested in. So same thing is actually determined based on your grades. So if your GPA at 3.2, and in your own country, 3.2, you will definitely get up to £5,000. Correct, £5,000. If you're about 3.0, you probably get about £3,000. So that's also automatic. For MBA, it's up to £9,000, where you're required to have certain interview session there. Is there any other question? Nope. I guess I have answered all the questions. I guess my time's about up. And no other question? Yeah, copy my email. More than happy to. Oh, may I know the fee of project management? Would there be a test? What would the test be? It's depending on your studies. So first and second semester will be on taught, which is generally you'll have group works, assignment, presentation, as well as a test. So it's a written test. And then on your third semester is generally your dissertation. So on your second semester, generally professor will actually start talking to you about your ideas, what dissertation you wish to do. So that is the test B. Master and possible scholarship. I don't understand that, Gabriel. May I know the fees for project management? It's about £20,000. So, but for, yeah, £20,000 for this particular year. So I think they answer all the questions really. Any other question? I'm willing to come back. Okay. All right. Would there be a test? Okay. Master and possible scholarship. Gabriel, would you be able to elaborate a little bit more? May I know if there are any full scholarship or master program? There is actually for computer science. I think there is actually if you're planning to do a master in computer science, focus on artificial intelligence, there is a scholarship currently is open for you to apply, but you needed to be completed your bachelor degree. So that's very important. And then there's also other particular scholarship that is more focused on research, which is actually engineering as well, life science. So, sorry, yep.
Sorry.
I'm done, Lenny.
Sorry.
No worries. They can actually get my email. I'm going to leave it in the chat there. Is it possible? I'll leave it on chat, yeah?
Yep.
All right, I'll leave it on the chat. Sorry, guys. I really like to talk to you a bit more, but I'm going to leave my email on the chat. Feel free to drop me the email there. I'm more than happy to respond to you. I have to pass the time to another university now, but really thank you very much for listening to a short talk here. Yeah, looking forward to have your emails. I'm going to leave it on the chat before I go. All right, Lenny, I think I'll pass it back to you then.
Oke, thank you so much, Jason. Teman-teman, jadi ada dua macam ya scholarship yang tadi disebutkan oleh Jason. Pertama adalah merit scholarship, up to £3,000 untuk undergraduate students. Yang kedua adalah up to 9,000 untuk postgraduate students. Itu tidak usah apply, akan di-assess langsung oleh universitas pada saat Anda memasukkan application-nya. Kemudian yang kedua, grade scholarship, ada satu untuk especially untuk law degree. Nah, untuk grade scholarship ini tentunya harus apply, besarannya £10.000 dan akan ditutup aplikasinya di tanggal 31 Mei. Oke, karena waktunya sudah habis, saya akan memperkenalkan speaker kita yang kedua, Joe McKinney, dari International Officer Uni of Dundee, dari Uni of Dundee, sudah tampil di layar Oleh sebab itu, I'm going to pass the screen over to you, Joe. 2 minutes before your session is up, I'm going to turn up my, I'm going to unmute my speaker and turn on my camera. Over to you, Joe.
No problem. Thank you, Larry. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming along to hear us speak. I'm sure Jason was excellent at Southampton. Hopefully I can follow on with something good. I've just got a couple slides for everyone today, and similar to Jason, I'll be happy to take any questions at the end. I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Hopefully it comes up and we're good. And can I just confirm with you, Lani, that that's in full screen and not presenter mode?
Yes, it's good.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So, yeah, again, thanks very much for coming in and listening to us talk today. I'm Joe McKinney, and I'm the International Officer for Southeast Asia for the University of Dundee. And unfortunately, I've never had the opportunity to travel to Indonesia, but hopefully sometime maybe this year or next, and I'll get to meet all you lovely people. I'll put my email address in the chat at the end. So if anyone does have any follow-up questions, you can also feel free to get in touch with like Donnie or Lani, but you can also get in touch with myself or the team. So the University of Dundee. I always like to talk about studying in Scotland. As you might be able to tell, I have a slightly different accent to a lot of people from the UK. I'm from Scotland. It's a northern country in the UK, and our accents are slightly different to people, say, from London. So studying in Scotland is just a different experience to what it would be if you were studying in the rest of the UK. We have very high class sort of institutions in the UK, and in Scotland in particular, we have very, very old universities, more older universities than we do in England. So education here has been developed over a very long period of time. We're diverse and have a very multicultural society, and we're quite liberal in our views. But apart from that, we're quite sparsely populated, especially in the north. I don't know if anyone's ever watched something like Outlander. You'll see that like we have big, sprawling, sort of rolling hills, and the scenery is incredible, but loads of sort of historic sites mixed in with that as well. So there's a lot going on in Scotland. In terms of Dundee itself, we were established way back in 1881 as a part of the University of St Andrews, which is just a little bit down the road from us, very prestigious university. We became independent from them in 1967, so became the University of the Dundee after that. We generally do pretty well in league tables as well, if that's what you're concerned about. It's not everything, but it obviously helps for some students. So we're generally sort of top 250 and top 350 in the world, depending on the league table you look at. And we're quite diverse. So we have over 100 different nationalities represented in our student body. And actually over 20% of our student body come from outside of the UK. And we currently do have around about sort of 30 Indonesian students currently studying with us. We have two main sites, so we are a campus-based university, and I'll show you that in a moment. But we do have a city centre campus, so we're based in the city of Dundee. Again, I'll talk about that. But we also have a specific medical campus, which is based in Nine Wells, which is a live working hospital on the edge of the city. We've had a lot of sort of funding and development over the years, and so therefore have managed to develop some very good research facilities, and we have very specific research labs across the campus at the university. So this is our campus. It looks huge, it looks massive, but it's not that big. You can get from one corner, from say the bottom left there to the top right corner, in about 5 minutes walking. Granted, I walk very fast, so that might be an underestimation, but it's not massive. It looks massive, but it's okay. At any one time, we generally have around about 12,500 students on campus, and we are currently at those sort of numbers now. Obviously, during sort of the pandemic and things, we sort of lowered the numbers, but now we're back up to sort of healthier numbers, and students do feel safe on campus. As I said before, this is our main campus, and this is like about 5 minutes walk away from the city centre of Dundee. I'll talk about Dundee next, but yeah, we're about 5 minutes away from all the services and things from there. Everything you need is on campus. So you have like advisors, you've got academics offices, you have your lecture theatres, accommodation, sports facilities. We even have a shop on campus. Everything that you need is on campus. And if you need anything, we've got it there for you. Of course, we recommend that you do leave the campus and explore the city and the country. But if you don't want to leave, you don't have to. So the city of Dundee, I'll show you exactly where that is if you've never heard of that before. We're not in Australia, contrary to popular belief. Obviously, people think of Crocodile Dundee from Australia, but nope, we're in Scotland, we're in the UK. The city has gone under a lot of redevelopment as time has gone on throughout sort of the past sort of 10 years. We've had around about £1 million sort of redevelopment, or £1 billion redevelopment in our waterfront. We are quite a small city, so we have around about 250,000 people that live in the city, but 1 in 7, so just over 14% of the population of Dundee are students. So it's very much a student-focused city, and a lot of the things that happen there are for students. So it's a nice, friendly place to be, especially if you are a student. So here is Dundee. This is a map of the UK, obviously just sort of off the northwest corner of mainland Europe. You'll see that London down there in the south. We're in the northern half of the UK in Scotland, and Dundee is situated around about 1 hour north of Edinburgh and about 1.5 hours northeast of Glasgow. So they're 2 big cities in Scotland. It's very easy to make it to Dundee as well, so we can get direct flights from KL, Jakarta, Singapore, all the way into London, and then you can make your way from London into Dundee. Most students fly directly from London to Dundee. We do have a couple flights that fly into our very small airport in Dundee. One from London City, where if you fly into London, you can make your way to London City, and it's only 1 hour flight from London to Dundee. Failing that, there's cheaper options to fly to Edinburgh or Glasgow from London and then get direct bus services up to Dundee. Or again, a lot of students, and I've done this myself after traveling for a bit, is get the train from London to Dundee, which takes about 6 hours. I remember getting one for about 5 hours, so it's not too crazy a place to get to, but we're in the northern half of the UK. Dundee is a very green city. We have lots and lots and lots of parks. I don't know why, but we have just loads of green space and we're quite spread out over a massive geographical area, but it's not crowded or busy. It's a nice sort of calm, peaceful city with lots of things around, and again, sort of nice green spaces for when you're not looking to study or just get a wee bit of a break. Surrounding area is very beautiful as well. We're maximum 1 hour away from a national park, or the nearest national park, the Cairngorms, and that's round about where I am from. And a lot of me and my friends and a lot of students that I know as well, we go out and climb some mountains or hills. Nice walking day out just to get your mind off the busyness of being a student. Also, just a little fact for you, Dundee is the sunniest city in Scotland. Doesn't mean that it's warm, obviously, compared to what weather you'll be getting in Indonesia. We are not as sort of humid or sort of warm. Generally, we'd be hitting around mid 20 degrees Celsius in summer, so not very warm, but warm enough. And then in the winter, it's temperate. So generally, just now, we're sitting around about 8 degrees Celsius, and we sit around that for a good few months at the start of the year. But we do have the sun more than any other city in Scotland for over the year. Just a quick mention, and this has shaped a lot of the Dundee redevelopment, is that we've just opened, or it was actually 4 years ago now, the V&A Dundee Victorian Albert Museum. This is a design museum, and this is contributed towards Dundee gaining many awards, including being UNESCO City of Design, and the UK's only UNESCO City of Design. And we had a Japanese architect sort of build this, yeah, we had a lot of visitors, and it's driven a lot of traffic to the university and the city. So if you are interested in any sort of art, then this is definitely a great place to visit. So Dundee then, as I said, we were sort of established as a separate university in 1967, and generally we do pretty well in the league tables, especially in the UK or worldwide. We have a range of subjects on offer, so many subjects across 10 different schools. So just depending on what you're interested in, we can hopefully have that program. Popular programs for students coming from Indonesia include a lot of programs from the School of Business, but also our School of Science and Engineering, and these will be covered by the Great Scholarship, which I'll talk about in a second. But the School of Business, a lot of students like the sort of international finance or Islamic finance. We have a brand new course called Business Analytics, which lets you focus on sort of key business context, but look at big data and incorporate that into your course. Students from science and engineering, looking at data science and engineering, biomedical, and also including a bit more of that business aspect as well, and with industrial engineering and entrepreneurship, where you can actually do an internship as well. How to apply? So students just apply directly to the university. If you go onto any one of our course pages, you'll see an apply button. Once you click on that apply button, it'll take you into our direct application system. You don't need to pay for that. You can just apply, and then you can process the application from there. Normally, if you are looking to start in September or January, so we have 2 intakes, September or January. If you're looking to apply, it's normally the start of the month is the deadline for applying to come onto the course. But we always recommend that you apply earlier, because obviously applying for visas and the whole process can be quite stressful if you're leaving it to last minute. So we always recommend you apply as early as possible. In terms of entry requirements, we will be looking at the Sarjana degree, the S1, and that is equivalent to a UK bachelor's degree, as you'll probably know. Generally, we look for around about a 3.0 is equivalent to a 2.1, or a 2.5 GPA is equivalent to a UK 2.2. So bear that in mind when you are looking at different courses on our web pages of our universities, that's the general sort of equivalence. For most of our courses, we'll be looking for a 2.2, so equivalent of a GPA of 2.5 or above. So most students, you'll be considered for that. In terms of employability, this is a big focus for the university, and a lot of students are actually enjoying the fact that we have this option. About 96.4% of our graduates are in work or further study after graduating from the University of Dundee. So if you do come to us, there is a high chance that you'll be employed once you graduate. We have 3 main scholarships at the university. So the first 2 being our general scholarships. So they don't apply specifically to Indonesia, they apply to all international students. But we have an academic-based scholarship called the Global Excellence Scholarship, and this is awards of up to £6,000. These will be automatically awarded, and these will be if you gain a first or equivalent in your S1. We'll automatically award you the £6,000, and that's a tuition fee discount. If you don't have that first or equivalent, then you can also be considered for the Global Citizenship Scholarship, and this is awards of up to £5,000, but this will involve a short application, just about 100 words about your values and how they relate to the university. That'll be a separate application to your actual university application, and it will be assessed by myself or one of the team, and we'll let you know about that. But for this year, 2022, we do have a great scholarship from the British Council for Indonesia, and this is an award of £10,000, and this will be based on a short application on our website as well. Again, you can speak to the team at AECC Global if you have any sort of questions about that. There is one award available for that, so that is a good option. I heard that someone was asking about full scholarships in the last one. We don't offer many full scholarships. We do have 3 full scholarships currently, but this will be for people looking to do a program in our CEP MLP, so our Centre for Energy Policy and Mineral Law Policy school. So looking at sort of a LLM, a Masters of Law in Water Law or Mineral Law. So there are only full scholarship options. So just quickly to run down, we have 3 main scholarships for you. The Global Excellence Scholarship, £6,000 based on academic. Global Citizenship Scholarship, £5,000, a short application, and that's if you're not eligible for the Global Excellence Scholarship. And then we also have the Great Scholarship this year for Indonesia, and that's £10,000 with a short application on our website. Just quickly to mention about our accommodation, we do have accommodation on site at the university, and they're all there, as I mentioned before at the start. If you're applying as an international student and you apply before the deadline, you will be guaranteed accommodation. We wouldn't expect you to be put out. We would always try and get you accommodation, and they're great. They're all sort of self-catered, but you have your own room and your own bathroom facilities, so it's really nice to have that instead of sharing with loads of random people. You have your own sort of space, which is great. Just to put things into perspective, Dundee is a very cheap city compared to anywhere else in the UK. Actually, we are probably the cheapest city in the UK to study as a student. Generally, we recommend that students have around about £500 per month to study while they're here each month. So it's not too expensive. It's a very, very cheap city, especially when it comes to accommodation, but everything else on top of that is great. Obviously, it's not all academics. There is a lot of things to do in your spare time. We have a range of different sort of sports and societies. We've got like a skydiving club. We've also got like your standard things like sort of political parties, and we've got a tea society if you're in love with your tea. Anything that you want to get involved in, we've probably got it there for you. If something isn't there, then obviously you can just make it up, and you can get that affiliated with the Students' Union. So if there is something you want to get involved in our student body, no problem at all. We'd be more than happy to help with that. And just finally, we have a range of different services available for students, the same as most universities, but really importantly, we have very good sort of counselling and health service, and we have a specific dedicated team to help with international students. So if you do struggle with things like English, or you need just a bit of support for visas, or there's something getting you down, we have a team there specifically there for you to help with anything that you need. They're more than likely to help, and they're a great team, and they're right on the centre of campus in the inquiry centre, so it's great. But yeah, thank you very much for listening to me talk about the University of Dundee. As I said, I'll put my email in the chat. Of course, you can get in touch with Lanny or Donny to get in touch with me as well. And yeah, let me see if there's any sort of questions here. Let me stop sharing. Excellent. Okay, so sorry?
There are 2 questions for you.
Excellent, thank you very much. So we have one question: is it possible to apply and receive more than one scholarship program? So yes, we do have a range of different scholarships, and as I mentioned, the 3 main ones that we're looking at there, the Global Excellence, Global Citizenship, and the Great Scholarship. It's not possible to apply to more than one of those scholarships. So you can only apply for one of those scholarships when it comes to those scholarships. But we do have other scholarships, and they will be specific to different situations. So I recommend that you have a look on the website and see if there is anything there that will fit you. And then, okay, the next question is exactly the same. So is it possible to mix different scholarships? Yeah, so as I said, the 3 scholarships that I mentioned, the Global Citizenship, the Global Excellence, and the Great Scholarship, you can only have one of those scholarships. So please make sure that you apply for the relevant one for you. Is there anything else? Okay, great.
Right, thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you very much. And I'll just put my email in the chat there for everyone.
One more. What is the career zone like? If you want to answer that, you still have 2 minutes to answer. What is the career zone like?
Oh, I put in my email address wrong. Yeah, so we have, again, yeah, I should have probably went into more detail, but we do have a dedicated careers team at the university, and they we have different sort of members that look at sort of internships. So if you're looking to get an internship throughout like the summer or the summer you graduate, then they'll definitely help with that. If you're looking to sort of start up a business or already have a business, we've got people that can help with that as well. It just depends specifically what you're looking for in terms of like career development. We've got professional courses that you can do alongside your courses as well. So it just depends on exactly what you're looking for. But it covers most bases. But yeah, if you have any specific questions, more than happy to help with that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Joe. Jadi teman-teman tadi sudah disebutkan ya, ada 3 scholarship utama ya. Pertama Global Excellence Scholarship up to 6,000, nggak perlu apply, jadi application Anda akan langsung di-assess dengan scholarship tersebut. Kemudian ada Global Citizen Scholarship sebesar £5,000, ada application-nya hanya 100 words, very short applications. Dan yang terakhir adalah Great Scholarship sebesar 10.000 potongan dari tuition fee untuk Indonesian students, bisa apply di program manapun juga. Okay, thanks again, Joe. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Waswiwa, the Director of Southeast Asia Region from Sheffield Hallam University. Mr. Wa, you have about 20 minutes, so I'll pass the screen over to you.
Thanks, Lani. Thank you very much. Apa kabar semua? Okay, let me share my screen. Lani, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. Okay, terima kasih semua kerana diberi peluang ni untuk berucap. My name is Wa. I'm the Principal Consultant and Director for Sheffield Hallam Universities in the Southeast Asia regions. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about great scholarships, which we open only for Indonesians. There is one place worth £10,000. Okay, Sheffield Hallam University is a modern university with more than 30,000 students. Okay, in Sheffield, located right in the middle of England. Okay, we have more than 700 programs. There are a lot of very what I call good programs, such as example like Master in Artificial Intelligence. All right, which it has a few pathway routes that you can actually choose, especially like AI for healthcare and so on and so forth. All right, but if you are interested in any other courses like business, engineering, social sciences, and so on, okay, we have many courses for you to choose from. All right, we are right in the middle of England, and it has actually the train station just behind the university campus. So if you want to travel anywhere in England or to Scotland, to Europe, it's very convenient for you. Okay, example, we are probably just about 2 hours away from London, 1 hour away from Manchester, for Leeds probably half an hour. Edinburgh in Scotland probably take you about 4 hours of train rides. Okay. Now, Sheffield also is known as the student city because there's a lot of activities. All right, for example, if you are keen to go for hiking, we have this national park called Peak District, which you can go there for hiking. It's very picturesque. We also have Crucible Theatre, which is a place whereby World Snooker Championship is organized every year there. So students has a lot of opportunity to join in to become volunteers or join in to watch the world-class snooker championship. All right, and the Crucible Theatre is just probably like 200 steps away from the university's campus. It's very near. All right, and there's a lot of hive activities and festival that we organize in Sheffield all year round. So students are always welcome to join in all these activities. It has one of the city with lowest cost of living in UK. You will appreciate that if students go to Sheffield, most of the things there are much more affordable compared to any other cities. All right, even the place of accommodation and so on and so forth. As I said earlier, that if you like hiking, you can go to Peak District, which is a place many people go for hiking and go for pictures taking. Some people even take their wedding photos there. All right, it's also one of the place where the blockbuster movies made here, Pride and Prejudice. So many students go there, do their own filming, especially our filming students. All right, they like to go there, use their background, a very picturesque background. And one of the very famous alumni from Indonesia that studies in Sheffield Hallam University is Pak Andrea Hirata. Okay, what he told us is all the while is when he studied in Sheffield Hallam University, is one of the places that most inspiring. Okay, it inspired him in his life and inspire him in his career. So if all of you want to be inspired by Pak Andrea Hirata, Sheffield Hallam University might be a place for you to go. Now, we have 3 colleges in Sheffield Hallam University. All right, the first one is Business, Technology, Engineering, which we call it short BTE. So as it's been implied there, if you like to study business courses, technological courses like IT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, that will be the technology department, or you like engineering, like aviation engineering, mechanical, electrical, and electronics, then that will be the engineering department. We have social sciences and arts. If you love designing things, packaging, design, interior design, architecture, all right, do social work, study law. So this will be the tech college that you'll be going to, which is the social sciences and arts. We call it SSA. Or if you love to go into like nursing, physiotherapy, oncology, and many of the biological courses such as biomedical sciences, all right, then you can go to our HWLS or Health, Wellbeing and Life Sciences College. All right, so we welcome you to apply to any of these colleges for any courses of your interest. Okay, Sheffield Hallam University back in 2021, we were ranked 47 in the Guardian League. This is due to because students feel very happy and satisfied in their learning, especially in Sheffield Hallam University, because we always emphasize on how to apply your knowledge. So the university not only teach you, okay, what is it, it teach you what it does, and it teach you what it does for the world, for the community, and also for the country. Okay, so we apply all the knowledge. That is why most of our courses, if not all, all right, allows you to do placement, all right, allows you to do internship, paid job placement, and also it is studied via projects. So usually assignment would be like project-based, you do a real-life consultancy, join in with the corporate sectors to do your projects. Okay, that will make your learning much more fun and much more easier for you to absorb how corporate actually apply all the knowledge you have learned. Okay. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the grade scholarship value is about £10,000, all right? And this is applicable for postgraduate courses only, okay? And again, students need to apply for this, and the decisions will be made between British Council and Sheffield Hallam University's team, okay? The deadline for application will be 31st May. All right, so there's probably another 3 months plus or 4 months to go. All right, and the result should be out between June or July 2022, which is sufficient for you to actually apply for your visa and able to study in Sheffield Hallam University in September 2022. All right. So remember, if you're interested in this great scholarship, you need to apply and submit everything by 31st May 2022. Okay. Now, these are the links that you can get information about the application form, because the application form is online. All right. One you can actually get from the Sheffield Hallam's website. The second one you can get from the British Council website. For the Sheffield Hallam website, if you click on, you'll be seeing this page, Great Scholarship. If you were to scroll down, you'll be seeing the link to the application form. So you need to fill up the application form. But before you fill up the application form, make sure, all right, just make sure that you actually, will apply to get a conditional or unconditional offer first. All right, you must apply to get a conditional or unconditional offer first before you apply for the scholarship. Because when you apply for the scholarship, they'll ask for your student ID. So if you don't apply to Sheffield Hallam first for the courses and you apply the scholarship, they'll not be able to trace your applications. All right. So, and then again, if you click on the British Council website, you'll be seeing this interface. All right. Same thing in there. You'll be able to click on to the the link to the applications form, and from there you'll be able to apply. It's the same thing. You'll point you to the same form that you go in through the Sheffield Hallam University's website. All right. Okay. Now, who is eligible? Okay, those eligible, you must be a domicile in Indonesia. Okay, those that are not domiciled in Indonesia are not qualified to apply. So make sure you're domiciled in Indonesia. Okay, you must be fully self-funding your studies. This means that you are not receiving any funding for your studies from any external source, such as government, scholarship provider, a company, or an employer. So nobody is sponsoring you, then you are eligible to apply for this scholarship. Okay, you must be able to pay any additional fees, okay, for your course that may require. Some courses might require field trips, for example, Master in Quantity Surveying, Master in Construction Project Management. Those who require some field trips, okay, or any balance of the tuition fee or subsequent years. Okay, especially for courses that take more than 1 year, you need to pay the balance yourself. Okay, so make sure you're aware that the scholarship value is £10,000, and the rest of it you must be paid by you yourself, if let's say there is any. All right, and you must have accepted an offer, all right, for a full-time taught postgraduate course in September 2022. So for those who apply part-time course, okay, you are not eligible for this scholarship. This is only for full-time taught postgraduate students. Those who goes for the even research courses are not entitled for these great scholarships. Okay. Now, for admissions, if you want to be admitted to any of the courses, all right, if you go to our website, you have found out the courses of your interest, all right, you need to fill up the application form. If you need the application form, you can contact the staff from AECC, like Mr. Donny or Ms. Lani, to get a soft copy of the application form. You can submit directly to them. They will submit back to us. Okay, so then you give them your copy of your degree and your transcript. All right, copy of IELTS. It really depends on what courses. Most of our courses require an IELTS of 6.0 with all skills band 5.5. Okay, you need to write a personal statement, send in 2 reference, okay, and a CV, and then we will issue you an offer, whether it's conditional or unconditional, depends on documents, once we receive application from AECC. Okay, so these are things that you need to do. All right, so do contact them if you need the applications form. Now, Some students ask me how to win these scholarships. Okay, so scholarships are awarded to students, okay, that are domiciled in Indonesia, that they can demonstrate excellent academic achievement. So what you score in your undergraduates, your transcript, your IPK, all those are very, very important. If you have any success story, for example, you won a national award before, you are a sportsman, you have done a very recognized social work, maybe you have won some singing contest, okay? So those will actually demonstrate your success, all right? Together with your academic achievement, your chances of winning will be very high, all right? Now, during the applications, you'll be required to write an essay. So in the essay, you must write something to make you stand out from the crowd, all right? For example, if you are representing Sheffield University and a great campaign, what would you do? How do you think you can represent us and represent the British Council, all right, in this campaign? If you can make yourself stand out, your chances of winning is very, very high, okay? Now, if you need more information, you can either email to us, okay? Our email is coffice@shu.ac.uk, or you can go to our website at shu.ac.uk, all right? Or you can contact AECC Indonesia, that is our website, and you can email to Donnie or Lani anytime to get more informations, all right? Now, if you are looking for any other scholarships beside the great scholarships, we have this called Transform Together scholarships. Okay. Now, for Transform Together scholarship, this scholarship is specially given out by Sheffield Hallam University. Okay. Students who win this scholarship is also based on merit. You will get a 50% discount from your course fee, all right, of your studies. So it'll be a 50% discount from your course fee. Okay, and for all Indonesians applications, you will get an automatic Vice Chancellor Award, which are worth £3,000. This is help you to go to study in UK and to ride through this COVID-19 pandemic. So all students will get an automatic Vice Chancellor Award of £3,000 discount, all right? And if not, you can actually go for this Transform Together scholarship that are based on merit. Okay, that'll be 50%. And if you are interested in events and leisure management, there's a Dean scholarship. All right, probably this one will give you about £6,000 discount for events and leisure management. Okay, now if you have any questions, you can actually ask me. All right, shall I look in the Q&A there? Inda, I don't know, is that for me? Inda is asking, is there any scholarship for doctoral degree? Okay, for Sheffield Hallam, no. Okay, ours is more on master for thought program. May I get double scholarship? Again, this great scholarship is for those who does not possess any scholarships. All right, if you do not have is for people who have no LPDP and have no other sponsorships. All right, only then we give you this great scholarship. Okay, what's the difference between Sheffield Hallam Uni and the Uni of Sheffield, right, by Ratu Fauzia? The difference is Sheffield Hallam University is a modern university, all right, while Sheffield University is considered a research university. All right, so I hope that helped, Ratu. Yes, for Ratna, is there a public health? Yes, we have a public health courses. But to be very frank, these public health courses, you have to apply fast as soon as possible, because every year they are overwhelmed of application. They usually pick their students. All right. So what you need to do, if let's say you apply as soon as possible to qualify for the public health, you need to have a very good degree. And if they choose you, all right, the place will be reserved for you. Other than that, if the place is filled up, they will reject your application. I think last year, we have quite many students that are rejected because there's not enough space anymore. So right now, if you are interested in public health, you got to apply as soon as possible. All right. Hope that's answered. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Again, if you want to apply, please contact Donnie and contact Lani. They should be able to help you in the application. And last but not least, if you study in Sheffield Hallam University, don't worry about the supports, because every student in Sheffield Hallam University will be given 3 support. One is your academic support if you got any academic problem, and if you have any issues about how to call your studies, you can actually go to our academic support. If you have personal problem, you can go to our student supports, all right, which they will actually help you out. Let's say you got any issues of adjusting yourself in Sheffield Hallam, in the hostel, they should be able to support you. Or if you need a career support, we have an employability advisor who will support you in your potential jobs application, your CV, you know, what jobs to go for, what career to go through. Yeah, those are the support we'll provide for you. Now, most Sheffield people are very, very friendly and very approachable. The most important thing is you yourself must not be shy to approach them. All right, because you don't approach them, they don't know what you want. So be brave, talk to them, ask them for help. They should be there to help you anytime. Okay, so again, if anything you want, please ask Lani and Donnie, or you can come back to us for any support that you require. All right, thanks, Lani. I hope I've done my 20 minutes justifications.
Yep, thank you so much. Right on the dot.
Thank you. All
Jadi
right.
teman-teman, sedikit summary mengenai scholarship, terutama ada beberapa scholarship. Yang pertama, grade scholarships, ada merupakan potongan 10.000 dari tuition fee. Tentunya teman-teman harus mempunyai either conditional letter of offer atau unconditional letter of offer sebelum teman-teman bisa apply untuk mendapatkan grade scholarship. Scholarship yang lain yang ada di Sheffield Hallam ada Transform Together Scholarship yang dinilai berdasarkan dari GPA teman-teman, besarnya cukup lumayan 50%. Kemudian semua students yang apply ke Sheffield Hallam Uni juga akan mendapatkan Vice Chancellor Award sebesar £3.000 yang automatically diberikan kepada semua applicant. Dan terakhir, bagi mereka yang tertarik untuk apply ke Events and Leisure Management, ada Dean Scholarship sebesar £6.000. Alright, untuk informasi lebih lanjut, teman-teman bisa hubungi kami di AECC Global. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, I take my leave now. Thanks a lot, Lani and Donnie. Terima kasih teman-teman semua. Ya, harap jumpa lagi di masa depan.
Yep. Next, berikutnya adalah University of Stirling yang akan diwakilkan oleh Ibrahim Putra, UK Recruitment Manager untuk Indonesia dari Into Uni Partnership. Oke, silakan Ibrahim.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Lani. Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim. I work for University of Stirling. In the next few minutes, mungkin di sini aku akan share sedikit mengenai University of Stirling, kota Stirling seperti apa, dan juga mengenai university as well as the topic ya, scholarships-nya juga yang available di University of Stirling. Since we have Indonesian audience, mungkin akan mix Indonesia with English. Okay, let's get started. 1 second. Nah, okay. Sini mungkin teman-teman dari AECC bisa confirm apakah sudah terlihat screen-nya secara full untuk presentasi saya. Oke, sudah. Oke, thank you so much. Before we go and discover lots more about the university, mungkin di sini aku akan share sedikit mengenai University of Stirling. Mungkin aku harus share with sound. Give me one moment. Okay, share with sound. sedikit ya mengenai University of Stirling karena we have a little bit of everything. We are research-based university. We're strong in sports juga. Kita punya sport facilities yang brand new dan juga banyak banget beberapa program kita pun in a very high rank juga di UK maupun di dunia. A little bit of Scotland. Memang mungkin di sini teman-teman kalau mungkin Scotland kalian lebih familiar dengan kota besar seperti Glasgow dan Edinburgh. Dan memang location wise Stirling sendiri memang kita less than 1 hour by train untuk ke kota besar seperti Glasgow maupun Edinburgh. So there's lots of sightseeing. Banyak student dari Indonesia pun juga mereka by weekend they explore other cities. They go to they go to Edinburgh ataupun Glasgow within less than an hour. Kalian sudah bisa going to other cities juga. Okay, so lots of sightseeing dan at the same time kota Stirling pun menurut aku kota yang sangat compact. We have a little bit of everything di city center Stirling dan juga hampir semuanya pun juga walking distance dan juga kita dinobatkan top 10 friendly city. Jadi mungkin teman-teman yang mungkin lebih suka small city, a friendly city, Stirling can be one of your best options. Dan juga as mentioned everything is within walking distance. Jadi semuanya terpusat di city center. Ya, we have cafes. We have malls juga, shopping center. Jadi menurut aku kotanya pun juga compact, bukan kota yang terlalu besar, but it's a compact, lively city, I would say. Nah, Stirling juga sebagai tourist destinations juga, di mana ada sekitar 500.000 turis per tahunnya. They're going to Stirling, lots of sightseeing dan juga outdoor sports juga. Nah, location wise, Stirling ini kotanya kita di antara Glasgow dan Edinburgh. Kalau ke Glasgow mungkin sekitar 35-40 menit, ke Edinburgh less than 1 hour by train ya, so it's very convenient and easy dan memang tinggal jalan kaki aja dari kampus kita untuk ke train stationnya. Nah, if you're going elsewhere untuk ke London mungkin akan lebih convenient by airplane ke Birmingham atau ke other cities seperti Belfast and Manchester as well. Nah, so that's that. Jadi memang kita di Scotland ya, we're a Scottish University, a public research university. Nah, untuk kotanya sendiri, City of Stirling kita mid-size city, ada sekitar 91.000 populations, dan sekitar 20%-nya adalah students, ya, and staff as well. Jadi memang very much student city juga, kotanya compact, there's shopping, art, music, restaurant, cafes, nightlife, everything in one town di Stirling. Nah, in terms of the university, kita memang yang sering disebut dengan plate glass university, founded in 1960s, a public research university. Kita mid-size university, ada sekitar 14.000 students, ya, banyak international studentsnya juga, sekitar 120 nationalities on campus sekarang, ya, dan sekitar 20% dari total students itu overseas student ataupun international students. Jadi kita pun juga sudah banyak international community-nya. Dan yang paling penting lagi, kita dinobatkan 5 stars untuk teaching, employability, internationalization, facilities, inclusiveness. Jadi memang buat teman-teman yang memang mungkin mau dapat dari segi dari segi service, dari segi teaching, employability, learning experience, kita dinobatkan 5 stars dari QS. And as mentioned, University of Stirling, we're very much all about sports juga. Kita dinobatkan di tahun 2020 sebagai Sports University of the Year. Dan juga kita punya state of the art facilities for sports. I will share with you later on. Nah, why Stirling? Pertama, program kita, contohnya program Master of Science in Finance itu the oldest Master of Science, the oldest program in the UK, ya. Dan juga karena kita mid-size university, mungkin tidak seperti di mungkin in a big university yang dalam satu kelas lebih dari 100 students. Master courses itu kurang dari 50 students, ya. As mentioned, we're number 1 university for sport dan juga top 10 untuk program TESOL, di mana kita tidak membutuhkan work experience untuk program mastersnya atau Masters in Science. Okay, moving on. Give me 1 second. Okay, nah in terms of campus facilities. Untuk di kampus sendiri menurut aku juga cukup lively. Kita punya student union yang dimana memang run by students. Kita punya student representative, welfare, clubs and societies ada lebih dari 120, health facilities, doctors, dentists. Kita punya library pun juga baru, state of the art facilities. I will share you further. Nah, ini kampus kita. Jadi kita memang bukan, kita adalah university environment. Jadi kita punya area universitas sendiri. Mungkin beberapa university di kota besar mungkin lebih ke arah city campus, sedangkan University of Stirling ini kita mempunyai area universitas sendiri, which is very nice, convenient untuk student untuk belajar. Ya, okay. Nah, this is our brand new library. We have pretty much banyak building-building baru juga di University of Stirling. Contohnya ini adalah building untuk Into University of Stirling. Mungkin buat teman-teman yang membutuhkan professional English, graduate diploma programs, ataupun foundation buat bachelor's degree. Di sini kalian akan running programnya sebelum ke main program untuk master's maupun bachelor's degree. Nah, we have a brand new accommodations, hampir semuanya private room, ya, ada yang en-suite ataupun ya shared rooms. Dan juga kita punya brand new sport facilities, ya, dan kita ada lebih dari 120 clubs and societies, ya, dari chess clubs, yoga club, Disney clubs, and all other clubs and societies. Sports clubs pun juga kita ada. To show you further about our sport facilities, mungkin aku akan share sedikit mengenai sport facilities di University of Stirling.
At Stirling, we love sport. We have first-class facilities from our multi-purpose outdoor pitches to our indoor gym, and we're even home to the Scottish Institute for Sport and Sport Scotland. Members of the public, students, and even Sports Scotland enjoy our fantastic facilities, but as a student, you're guaranteed the best discounts. As Scotland's University for Sporting Excellence, we're proud to be at the forefront of sport in Scotland and in the UK. That's why we've made a huge £20 million investment to make our sports facilities even better. We have a state-of-the-art gym, purpose-built fitness studios, an indoor cycling studio, and 2 brand new sports halls. But don't worry, if the gym isn't usually your thing, our sports centre staff are on hand to help with any questions you may have. We've got loads of exercise classes from Zumba to CrossFit.
Just to share with you a little bit, I'm conscious of time. Mungkin aku akan lanjut aja. Okay, within University of Stirling kita karena mid-size university, we don't have many courses. Kita ada 5 fakultas, ada Arts and Humanities, Health Science and Sport, Natural Science, Social Science, dan juga Business School atau Stirling Management School. Nah, in terms of subject ranking di UK sendiri, contohnya di Complete University Guide, kita untuk program Accounting and Finance in the top 20, so very leading for business programs. Media and Communication top 2 in Scotland dan juga top 10 di UK. Untuk program Education top 3 both in Scotland and in the UK. Lalu untuk program Marketing kita nomor 2 di Scotland dan juga top 10 di UK, as well as untuk program Sport Science. Ya. Jadi untuk Education, Business Program, dan Sport Science kita very leading in terms of ranking in the UK. Nah, untuk mungkin dari segi subjeknya mungkin aku nggak akan highlight semuanya, but essentially this is undergraduate course yang available di University of Stirling. Mungkin kita nggak ada beberapa program seperti program dokter, ya, medical school we don't have that. Arts Humanities kita nggak ada program design juga, ya. Jadi memang kita fokus ini beberapa faculties dan juga subjek saja. Lalu untuk program postgraduate cukup banyak fokusnya, contohnya di Stirling Management School we have data science, finance, dan kalian bisa combine dengan data analytics, economics, risk management, international accounting, and many more. So mungkin buat teman-teman yang pengen tahu lebih lanjut course seperti apa, pembelajaran selama 1 tahun itu seperti apa, itu available di website kita di stirling.ac.uk. Nah, in case ada undergraduate students di sini, we do accept A-level and IB untuk masuk ke tahun pertama atau masuk ke tahun kedua. Jadi in Scottish entry requirements ada kalian bisa masuk tahun pertama atau langsung lompat ke tahun kedua. Kalau langsung ke tahun kedua kalian jadi 3 tahun aja programnya. And we do recognize numbers of English placement test. Mungkin yang paling familiar buat teman-teman adalah IELTS, ya. So make sure you need that. Dan juga untuk program postgraduate kita punya 2 intake, ada di bulan Oktober dan juga di bulan Februari. beberapa program ada yang both available in those dates, jadi harus dicek kembali nanti untuk course-nya apakah adanya di bulan Oktober atau hanya di bulan Februari saja or both. Nah, now we're talking about scholarships ya. Di sini mungkin aku akan langsung lanjut aja ke postgraduate scholarships. Nah, untuk postgraduate scholarship kita ada beberapa yang coming langsung dari university. Kita ada postgraduate Indonesia scholarship potongan £4.000 automatically assessed ya. Jadi ketika kalian dapat receive an offer, kalian langsung dapatkan deductions if you are qualified. This is just for Indonesian students. Dan juga kita ada postgraduate international excellence scholarship potongan £4.000 ya. Buat postgraduate students yang nilainya atas rata-rata kalian bisa mendapatkan £4.000 potongan, but these two scholarship cannot be combined ya, kalian hanya bisa dapat salah satunya saja. Terakhir untuk undergraduate students ada potongan juga £2.000 ya, potongan untuk sampai program yang 3 atau 4 tahun. Other scholarships yang memang combining or joined with British Council ada program atau scholarship dari grade yang kita sebut dengan grade scholarships ya, di mana scholarship ini available for Indonesian students taking any master's degree at the University of Stirling ya. Tapi memang kuotanya hanya ada satu, but you're only competing against Indonesian students ya. Pertama untuk eligibility atau syaratnya kalian harus memiliki conditional or unconditional offer untuk full-time master course ya. Lalu untuk GPA-nya sendiri harus upper second atau nanti assessment-nya bisa by our admissions juga in terms of the GPA. Kalian harus sebagai international classified as international student dan holding Indonesian national or Indonesian passport. Dan juga ini hanya untuk course yang full time dan juga on campus program. Nah, dan terakhir scholarship ini nggak bisa dikombine dengan other scholarship juga ya. Jadi once you are granted a grade scholarship cannot be combined with other scholarships, dan kalian bisa langsung start applying karena juga assessment-nya mungkin a little bit of taking time, apalagi di bulan-bulan ini cukup banyak, mungkin turn around-nya bisa sampai 3 minggu, 1 bulan or more. Dan once kalian sudah mendapatkan offer, kalian bisa start applying, dan deadline buat grade scholarship ini adalah 2 Mei, dan nanti within 1 or 2 months kalian akan mendapatkan decisions. Oke, terakhir mungkin aku akan mention mengenai Into Stirling, di mana Into Stirling ini adalah program tambahan, program graduate diploma dan juga program foundation for students who need further support atau belum eligible untuk masuk ke program tahun pertama ataupun direct master's degree. And we also have pre-sessional English buat teman-teman yang membutuhkan support in English. Mungkin sekitar 4 sampai 8 minggu kita ada programnya sebelum kalian masuk ke program main atau program master's degree-nya. Oke, our brand new accommodations, living cost di Stirling tidak semahal kota-kota besar lainnya. Range untuk akomodasi pun juga di bawah, ada yang di bawah £100 juga, all the way up to £167. Guaranteed untuk accommodations-nya juga buat teman-teman. Memang semua akomodasi kita self-catered ya, without meals, dan juga kita ada laundry on campus, laundry on site di accommodation, wifi, bills sudah included semuanya, dan juga untuk akomodasi dan juga tuition fee itu bisa pay with installment. Oke. Untuk tuition fee-nya sendiri di University of Stirling itu starting dari £15.000 ya sampai sekitar £21.000, tergantung dari program yang kalian interest ya. Jadi that's the ranging starting from £15,000 to £21,000 depending on your program and interest. Oke. Mudah-mudahan aku masih just in time ya. Mungkin ada pertanyaan dari teman-teman di sini.
Yeah, there are 2 questions on the Q&A box for you.
Okay. Okay, would I need IELTS if I graduated from an Australian university in Malaysia? Yes. So if you're graduated from English-speaking countries or English-speaking universities, kalian bisa di-waive untuk untuk master's degree-nya. Jadi tidak membutuhkan, but again assessment akan based on admissions gitu. Biasanya nanti ada certain rules-nya lagi. Oh, from an Australian university in Malaysia. I'm not sure, but I can get back to you kalau kalian bisa mungkin inquire ke ACC. Karena yang ada di list dari University of Stirling sendiri adalah yang in English speaking countries seperti Australia, US, and Canada. Okay. So there is that. Dari David, environmental management. Apakah ada penjurusan environment ke arah konstruksi untuk real estate? Okay, environmental management kita itu memang it's a one-year program, jadi tidak fokus on real estate. Jadi mempelajari mengenai environmental management in general, not focusing on construction for real estate. Hope that answers. Untuk kedua pertanyaannya.
Thank you so much, Ibram.
You're welcome.
Just a summary of the scholarships provided by University of Stirling. Tentunya great scholarship yang 10.000 hanya ada satu, tapi bisa di-apply untuk semua program yang ada. Kemudian ada juga postgraduate khusus Indo Scholarship sebesar 4.000 yang akan diberikan automatically pada saat Anda apply to the program di University of Stirling. Kemudian juga ada PG International Excellence Scholarship 4.000 juga akan diassess berdasarkan nilai kalian sebelumnya, tentunya berdasarkan merit. Dan juga ada International Undergraduate Scholarship sebesar 2.000 untuk setiap tahunnya bagi mereka yang mendapatkannya. Oke, terima kasih sekali lagi Ibam. Berikutnya kita akan, I would like to introduce you to Miss Sim or Madeline Simeria.
I think you got the gender wrong. Hi.
Oh, hi. So you're from Derby, is it?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Sorry, I got the wrong info. Oh, yeah. I mean, Sim,
That's
you're
absolutely...
white. Sorry about that. Yeah. I meant you before, but...
It happens very often, so please do not worry about it. Thank you very much for having me this afternoon over there and early morning here in Derby. So if that's okay, I'll just start sharing my screen. I think this is the right one. I've been doing this for so long, and I still have sometimes difficulties in using Zoom to share my screen. So hi everyone, my name is Sim and I represent the University of Derby. I haven't had the pleasure so far of going to Indonesia, but hopefully one day. The pandemic has hampered travel. So what I'll try to do today is speak to you briefly about Derby in the next 10 minutes, 8, let's say, and I'm hoping that I'll cover everything that I can in these 8 minutes. So I'll be brief, not to try and bore everyone. In essence, this is the only slide of mine which has any form of statistics. What I want to say about Derby is a really nice international university. We have an excellent international student satisfaction. We're top 10 for student learning experience. We're very good for multicultural learning and formally welcoming international students. We have a really good international cohort on campus with students from all over the world, from US, South Asia, Southeast Asia and East Asia, as well, and quite a bit of Europe. So we're a very international multicultural university. But before I begin talking more about university, I just wanted to highlight where we actually are in England. As you can see on the map on the right side of the screen, we're kind of in the center of England, close to Manchester, Birmingham, and very close to Nottingham. It's only about 10 minutes away. So we're in an excellent position for airport trains and exploring as much as the country as you can. The city itself, you wouldn't say it's a huge city. In essence, has about 250,000 residents in a metro area of about 1.5 million. However, it has a lot of history. Derby is one of the places where the Industrial Revolution happened in the 19th century. So we have in Derby, you can find Toyota Automotive Manufacturing, Rolls-Royce Aero Engines. And at the same time, if you're a fan of sports, we still have a football club, Derby County. Hopefully we'll still have one in about a month's time. It's not doing very well. Anyway, moving on, the campus is close to the city center. It's about a 15-minute bus ride or 15-minute walk as well. And as you can see, the orange dots on your screen, that's where accommodation is. We have a variety of accommodation for postgraduate, undergraduate students. And everything's within walking distance. Our campus is centrally located, very close to quite a large park. I'd say very, very beautiful. But I'll whiz through everything to make sure everyone has a chance to look at the scholarships we have on offer and ask any questions that you may have. First of all, just to give you an idea of our fees for postgraduate courses, there are £14,700. And for anyone looking for the MBA is 15,450, so 15 and a half in essence. If there's anyone here by any chance and there's looking at undergraduate fees, they're about 14,000 themselves. We also offer, as I said, accommodation all over, and the prices are usually, as you can see, about £500 a month. That's all inclusive of internet, everything. Food-wise and stuff like that, you'd have to take care of yourselves. As with most places, we don't offer board, but it should be quite straightforward. There's shops like literally downstairs, and there's plenty of Deliveroos, Uber Eats, or any other company which deliver foods. So the main thing we're here to speak about is scholarships and discounts. What I've done here is mainly focused on postgraduate scholarships and discounts. We have a number available for us. The first one I'd like to speak to you about is the International Excellence Student Scholarship, which is worth £5,000 off of your tuition fees. That is for students who meet certain academic criteria. So all the scholarships we have on offer are based on your academic profile and alongside your scholarship application form. So for each application, you would have to submit for a scholarship, you'd have to submit a separate scholarship application form after you have received an offer letter from the university. The International Excellence Student Scholarship is worth £5,000. We also have the Great Scholarship, the Great British Council Scholarship. It is worth £11,000 with the university. And as you can see, it covers the majority of the tuition fees. And lastly, we have the Vice Chancellor Scholarship, which is available for both undergraduate and postgraduate students. And it is worth the full 1-year tuition fee waiver for students who have shown academic excellence. Usually what we'd expect is a GPA of 3.6 or 3.8 or above for these scholarships. The competition is quite high. We usually receive about 4,000 applications for scholarships per intake, and quite a few of them from Southeast Asia as well. Anyway, you would see more details on our webpage there, derby.ac.uk/scholarships. I'm not going to stay too long because I know I have about a couple of minutes left. I'm not going to stay too long on courses, but you can see this is an example of the postgraduate courses we have on offer, both supported by the Chartered Institute of Information Security or the Institute of Mechanical Engineers. We work very hard on ensuring employability. There's a lot of internships, consulting projects, or and you can work on. There's dedicated career guidance for all international students, and we have a 3-year promise to ensure that you find a career for yourselves. On the screen now I have is an example of companies where our students either did an internship with or are currently working at. You may recognize quite a few names on there, so I'm not going to go through all of them. But as I know my time is up, I just want to say that if you are more interested in Derby, we have what's called a Derby Netflix. Not really as comprehensive, but if you're keen on looking at videos about the campus or seeing how lectures are, just go on our web pages. There's plenty of videos for you to look at. So I just want to say a huge thank you for listening to me this morning. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to email us or tweet at us or go on Instagram or TikTok. We are all on all social media platforms. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. I'm afraid the only language I speak is English, but I'm sure someone would be able to translate if needed. So thank you very much again.
Thank you, Sim. Teman-teman, kalau ada pertanyaan, boleh langsung type di Q&A session. Kita masih punya waktu, atau boleh unmute yourself and then ask, boleh juga. Tapi sedikit men-summary apa yang sudah dikatakan Sim mengenai scholarship. Ada beberapa scholarship yang cukup excited kedengarannya. Pertama, International Excellence Student Scholarship, besarannya 5.000, akan diassess berdasarkan merit Anda, ya, berdasarkan GPA Anda sebelumnya. Scholarship ini memerlukan application form. Kemudian ada grade scholarship yang diberikan sebesar 11.000, bukan 10.000 tapi 11.000 pound, merupakan juga potongan dari tuition fee selama 1 tahun. Dan yang paling menarik adalah tentunya Vice Chancellor Scholarship, merupakan tuition fee waiver selama 1 tahun. Artinya Anda tidak perlu bayar tuition fee apabila Anda bisa mendapatkan Vice Chancellor Scholarship ini. Anda hanya perlu siapkan dana untuk living cost in the UK while studying at the University of Derby. Ketiga-tiganya tentunya memerlukan application form yang harus dimasukkan. Semakin besar scholarship-nya, tentu semakin besar persaingannya. Oleh sebab itu tentu banyak hal yang harus dipersiapkan untuk mendapatkan scholarship ini. Ada pertanyaan, teman-teman? Sebagai tambahan informasi, tentunya scholarship tidak bisa digabungkan. Satu scholarship tidak bisa digabungkan dengan scholarship lainnya. Oke. Banyak hal yang harus dipersiapkan, banyak hal yang harus kita spend, ya, artinya waktu dan uang. Loh, kok mau dapat scholarship harus spend waktu dan uang? Ya, tentunya demikian. Artinya tadi dikatakan perlu ada conditional letter of offer atau unconditional letter of offer. Unconditional letter of offer tentunya diharapkan karena pasti dengan 4.000 applications yang masuk untuk scholarship tertentu, pasti university juga punya cara, ya, untuk short screen mana yang harus ditinjau ulang. Tentunya kalau teman-teman sudah punya IELTS-nya, berarti sudah mengambil tes IELTS terlebih dahulu sebelum apply ke university-nya, akan sangat lebih membantu. Silakan kalau ada pertanyaan, Mr. Sim masih standby di sini untuk menjawab pertanyaan Anda. So please do unmute yourself and ask questions, or if you don't want to unmute yourself, you can also type your questions in the question and answer box. Oke, bila tidak ada pertanyaan, lagi, saya akan melanjutkan session ini ke, ada satu pertanyaan for you, Sim. For the living cost, is there any way to get a full funded scholarship program there outside tuition fee?
I'm afraid not. Students would normally be expected to cover the whole tuition fee. So in essence, we'd recommend the minimum of £10,000 or equivalent for living costs for the full course. Anything less would be very difficult, I'd say.
Semoga menjawab pertanyaannya, Kurnia. Hanya tuition fee apabila bisa mendapatkan Vice Chancellor Scholarship yang akan di-cover full. Namun untuk living cost, student harus punya living cost yang disarankan at least £10.000. Ada lagi pertanyaannya? Thank you, Kurnia. How is the job opportunity in Derby? Is it possible to look for part-time job while studying there?
Yes, it's possible. Of course, in honesty, a lot of it does depend on luck, whether or not you find something, but most of our students do work part-time. Some of them even at the university, there are positions. Derby is an industrial city, I'd say, and so there's more opportunities after graduating than during. Most students who work during work in the hospitality industry, but of course there is opportunities, not a problem.
Terima kasih Suci, semoga itu menjawab pertanyaannya. Jadi opportunity ada, tergantung luck juga untuk mendapatkan part-time work pada saat kita bekerja. Namun yang menarik adalah ada graduate route visa yang diberikan kepada students yang belajar 1 tahun, yaitu bisa bekerja 2 tahun kemudian setelah lulus. Dan tentunya banyak opportunity yang bisa didapatkan setelah kita lulus. Oke, ada lagi? Right. If there is no more question, I just lost my connection just now. If there is no more question, thank you so much, Sim.
Thank you so much as well
for supporting us today. I'd like to next introduce our next speaker. From University of Wolverhampton. Yusuf, it's over to you. Yusuf Kafo from the University of Wolverhampton.
Good afternoon, good morning from the UK. Thank you very much for having me today. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and share my screen if I can. Just give me a second. I think there we are. Perfect. Can you see my screen?
Yep, very clearly.
Okay, perfect. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Yusuf Kafo. I'm the Senior International Recruitment Manager here at the University of Wolverhampton in the UK. So what I'm going to do over the next few minutes is go through a brief overview about the university and also about the Great Scholarship. But just before we start, just to give you some information about the university, we've got a proud history that goes back to the 1827. Now, we received our university status in 1992. Now, with that, we have students from over 130 countries from around the world. We have courses from foundation right through to PhD. We also have 18 research institutes and 4 schools across our campuses. We're 5th in the UK for research culture and 12th in the UK for professional development. Our multi-million-pound Springfield campus is the largest purpose-built campus for construction and architecture in Europe. In 2018, 96% of our graduates are in employment or full-time education, with over 3/4 of those, with nearly 3/4 in a professional or managerial position. So as a university, we pride ourselves in ensuring that our students can go on to, into a workplace after completion. So where is Wolverhampton? We're a West Midland university. We have 3 main campuses at Wolverhampton City, Walsall campus, and the Telford campus. Now, within our city campus, we also have the Springfield campus, which is just a short walk from the main campus. Now, getting to university, you can travel right from Jakarta International Airport to Birmingham International Airport. Now, you might want to take, maybe fly by Dubai, by Istanbul, but from the likes of Dubai, it's 7 hours away from Birmingham. And when you get to Birmingham, it's only less than 20 minutes to get to the city campus. Now, so just a bit more really. So why join the University of Wolverhampton? As I mentioned, we welcome over thousands of international students to come and join our friendly community. We've been awarded 4-star in the latest QS Stars International Rating System. Now, within the 4-star, we was awarded 5 stars for internalization, inclusivity, and employability. That's one of the things we pride ourselves on here at the university. And also 5 stars for our teaching. We have modern facilities. I've mentioned about our Springfield campus. Our students are more employable than ever, and they run their own business. So like I mentioned, we're in the top 10 in the UK for public and community engagement, according to the Research England Knowledge Fund. Excuse me. We're also in a central location in the UK where you can get to Manchester, London quite easily, either via travel using the train lines, or if you wish to drive. Now, as a university, we have 3 main campuses, three main faculties. The Faculty of Arts, Business and Social Sciences faculty. Within this faculty, we have key programs such as animation, film and TV production, graphic design, business, hospitality, music, and law. Now, in our Faculty of Science and Engineering, oh, I think I've gone, yeah, sorry. In the Faculty of Science and Engineering, we have courses around architecture, cybersecurity, computer science, civil engineering, audio technology, all the engineering programs, chemical engineering, project management, and we also have pharmacy as well. Within our Faculty of Education, Health and Wellbeing, we have programs in physiotherapy, sports science, public health, psychology, social work. Now, I don't want to sit here and tell you all about the programs individually, but as you can see, we offer a plethora of courses at the university. We are a university of opportunity. Additionally, we do have additional programs for students. So whether it's to improve your English language, if you've not got the right IELTS certification, so which you can study with our International Academy. Also, we also provide additional support for students when they actually get here and they are studying with us. We offer the English Language Support and Access, the ELSA program, which is a diagnostic test, which we use for all our students, depending, it doesn't really matter where they're coming from. And the main reason for that is to support our students in making sure they can complete their degree program with the best and the highest grade. As a university, as I mentioned, we work with a number of partners which offers employment in terms of internship, placements, and part-time opportunity for all our students. 90% of our courses are also professional accredited, and we are affiliated with a lot of professional bodies in the UK and internationally as well. Furthermore, within our careers and the workplace, we offer advice and support and guidance to all our students. So whether you're looking to enhance your CV, how to write a CV, how to attend a job interview, whether you're looking for a placement or a part-time opportunity, volunteering opportunity, or you want to start your own business, the careers and workplace will be able to support you from your first day as a student of the university. We also have our own accommodation on campus with over 1,000 en-suite rooms over the 3 campuses. What we try to do as a university, we understand that you may be on different campuses for the majority of your teaching, so we will also try to put you in the closest accommodation to your teaching room. However, if you do wish to stay off campus, there are also private halls of residence for students that you can also stay in, and our accommodation department will be able to offer you that advice and support. Now, in terms of the university, our tuition fee for undergrad starts at $13,450, and our postgrad courses starts at $13,950. Now, we do have some programs which has a professional placement included, and these courses are the MSc in Cybersecurity, Computer Science, Mechanical Engineering, and the International MBA, and those start from $15,450. There is an opportunity for you to get a Lord Paul Excellence Scholarship, which is up to £2,000, or for our undergraduate students, up to £3,000 for you to apply for. Now, in terms of entry requirements, if you are looking to come and study undergraduate with us, majority of our programs, you'll be able to come onto them with a 96 to 112 UCAS points. This is around 2.5 GPA in your one-year diploma. For our undergraduate program, you will need to have an IELTS, UKVI IELTS, 6.0 overall with nothing below 5.5. For postgrad, which is mainly why I'm here today, you need to have a equivalent to a 2.2 for majority of our programs. So either a 4-year bachelor degree or a 1 year of your degree with a 2.5 minimum. And the English required would be 6.5 with nothing below 6.0 overall or equivalent. So we do accept other English qualifications. Now, let's talk about the Great Scholarships. I'm sure that's why most of you are here today. So as a university, we are proud to announce that we are working closely with the British Council with the Great Scholarship Scheme. And as a resident and as a passport holder of Indonesia, you will be eligible to apply for this. You need to hold an offer for a postgraduate taught program. You need to be an international student for fee purposes, and you should be self-funding. You also need to make sure that you have a conditional offer letter before you make your application. And the deadline to apply on our website is the 27th of May. Now, for the application process for the university, you need to make sure that you upload your academic certificate and transcript, your evidence of English language, a personal statement specifically for the University of Wolverhampton, a copy of your passport and academic reference. And depending on the program you're applying for, you may also need to submit a portfolio, a CV, or a letter to show a gap in your studies. Now, what you can do is all these documents, you can visit the AECC offices, and you can submit all these documents to them, and they can do the rest for you. So they can apply on your behalf, and they will take away the stress, from you and make it a smooth process. I will encourage you that if you're looking to apply for the Great Scholarship at Wolverhampton, what you need to do first is make an application to the university. Please visit the AECC offices, and the counsellors there will be able to support you with that admissions process. Once you have your offer letter, then you can apply for the Great Scholarship on our website. Just a quick overview, really, in terms of the application process in less than 10 steps or 10 steps. So you submit your application by going to the AECC offices, you receive your conditional offer letter, you meet your academic conditions, you compare your study deposit, you submit your CAS document, which is evidence of proof of funds, and a valid tuberculosis certificate. You apply for your visa, book your accommodation, book your flights, travel to the UK, and join the WLV community. That's very easy. However, it's probably a little bit complicated for you right now if you're not too sure about the admissions process. But I will encourage you to visit the AECC offices across Indonesia if you have any questions. You can also reach out to the university directly. I hope to be back in Indonesia in the near future. I was there just a few years ago before the pandemic, and I look forward to being there again. So thank you very much. But lastly, just before I go, just some quotes really from current students who are studying with us. And as you can see, the university, is a welcoming, friendly, and a very affordable city for all our international students. One of the things we pride ourselves on is making sure we give all students the right opportunity for a better future. Thank you very much, Annie. I'm going to stop sharing now and I'll take some questions.
Thank you, Yusuf. Oke, teman-teman, mungkin ada pertanyaan untuk University of Wolverhampton. Sambil menunggu pertanyaan teman-teman, sekali lagi saya ingatkan ada beberapa scholarship tadi yang ditawarkan. Pertama, the Lord Poe Excellence Scholarship sebesar 2.000 diberikan untuk undergraduate and also postgraduate, ya. Yang kedua adalah Regional Scholarship sebesar 3.000 pound yang juga diberikan di undergraduate and postgraduate level. Kemudian Great Scholarship of course diberikan kepada mereka yang doing postgraduate study, sama dengan university sebelumnya. Persyaratannya adalah mereka yang melakukan full time student, full fee paying student, bisa mendapatkan grade scholarship ini. Grade scholarship ini tidak bisa dicampur dengan other scholarships provided by the university. Kemudian tentunya ada beberapa hal yang harus kita sebagai student miliki sebelum kita dapat apply untuk grade scholarship ini, yaitu conditional atau unconditional letter of offer. Kemudian ada application form yang harus dilengkapi untuk apply mendapatkan grade scholarship ini. Jangan lupa watch for the deadline. Deadline dari aplikasi harus kita perhatikan benar agar tidak terlewat deadline-nya. Beberapa hal yang menjadi pertimbangan tentunya your academic merit, kemudian your other non-academic achievement juga menjadikan satu pertimbangan apakah Anda bisa eligible untuk mendapatkan grade scholarship ini. Yang terpenting adalah grade scholarship ini merupakan potongan dari tuition fee sebesar 10.000. Jadi kalau tadi Wolverhampton antara 14.000 sampai 15.450, Anda tetap harus menyiapkan sisanya sebesar kurang lebih 5.000 untuk mengcover the rest of the tuition fee, dan juga Anda harus menyiapkan 10.000 pound untuk digunakan sebagai biaya hidup nanti pada saat Anda ada di UK. Okay, anybody, any questions for Yusuf mengenai scholarship atau mengenai hal-hal lainnya? Let me ask you a question, Yusuf.
Yeah,
What about this grade scholarship? Is all programs are applicable to get great scholarships, or do you have any certain programs only?
Well, you'd be glad to know that for the Great Scholarship up to £10,000, it is for all our postgraduate courses at the university. What we've tried to do again is to make sure we open it out for everybody. So hopefully in STEM-related courses, but everyone has different passion, so we didn't want to restrict it as such. So yeah, it's for all programs at the postgraduate level for us. I'm also going to put into the chat the link where you can use, I'm trying to find the chat box somewhere. There we go. So if you can share that as well, I've just sent it over now. So from this screen, you can scroll down and you can obviously find them, and I can actually go through it now with you quickly if we've got some time. So if you go to international fees and scholarship, can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah, and then if you scroll down to it gives you information about our tuition fees, but also a lot of our other scholarship available. So if you click to the Great Scholarship 2022, it gives you the information of what you need to do. Before you apply, please make sure that you have already applied to the university. So please, if you are looking to apply, visit the AECC offices, submit your application. Once you've done that, then even the counsellors can guide you on how to complete this application. There is a form that you need to complete, and the deadline is the 27th of May. So once you click onto the form, it brings up a online form really, and it asks you all the questions that we need to. The two main questions really will be, how will the scholarship benefit you in your future and improve your career prospect? So no more than 300 words. So you need to be really creative, and you need to be concise in what you're writing. And the second question is, how would you promote the university and be an excellent ambassador during and after your studies? Because as a scholarship holder and a winner, one of the key things for you to become a brand ambassador, both for the British Council, but also for the university, but also for yourself, because you've been awarded a scholarship. So what we want to find out is, how will the scholarship benefit you and your career prospect, and how will you become a good brand ambassador? So 2 questions mainly, and that will be assessed by senior members at the university. I'll stop sharing now. Thank you very much.
Right. So when will the student knows that they will get the scholarship? Around
Yes,
July?
that is a good question. So what we hope to do after the scholarship close, within 2 to 3 weeks, the scholarship will be informed. So I think I'm just trying to remember on top of my head, but yeah, I think so within before the end of June, the scholarship winners will be informed. I believe. 24th of June. Yeah, I thought so. 24th of June. We will be able to kind of inform the applicants. The main thing really is to make sure that you've got and you hold a conditional offer with us. When you are completing the scholarship form and you've not been able to put in your Wolverhampton student ID, for example, that could be automatic rejection. So even if you've got a really good scholarship application, but you've not followed the instructions, that could that could unqualify you for you to be assessed in place of the scholarship.
Oke. Teman-teman jangan lupa harus apply dulu untuk mendapatkan conditional atau unconditional letter of offer. Gampang, tinggal kontak AECC, nanti kita akan do the job for you in applying to the University of Wolverhampton. One more question for you, Yusuf, from me. Would there be any difference if students have a conditional letter of offer and unconditional letter of offer? Would there be a bigger chance for students to get a scholarship if they do have an unconditional letter of offer? Oh, you're on mute.
You would think after 2 and a bit years, I would have learned my lesson by now. No, there wouldn't be a difference. We will assess everybody with an offer. However, I think what I would advise all students, given the current climate in terms of visa applications into the UK, the Home Offices have seen a large surge in applications to the UK. So part of the reason why we're getting back to all our students by June is so that they can apply for their CAS and be in the UK ready in time for the program. Teaching will be face-to-face. It's not going to be blended. It's not going to be hybrid. It'll be face-to-face. So we need to get you on campus as soon as possible. So as much as you can meet your conditions, your academic conditions at the very least, that's what you need to do. So, and it shouldn't be a problem because you would have your academic transcript or certificate ready. You would have your evidence of English language, hopefully. You would have your personal statement that's specifically to Wolverhampton and an academic reference. Those are the 4 main academic conditions that you need to submit. So I would encourage all students to have those before they make an application. And just to remind applicants as well, you don't just need, we do have, you want to apply to the university. If you compare our international tuition fee, they're very competitive across the UK. And as a student, if you do hold a good GPA up to, about 3.5 or so, you'll be eligible for up to £2,000 off your tuition fee as well. Once you are enrolled as a student, the remainder of your tuition fee, if you're not part of the Great Scholarship, you can still pay that in 3 installments. So although you have to show that for your visa purposes, we understand that sometimes it may be difficult to transfer large amounts of money to a UK bank account. So you have opportunity then to still pay your tuition fee in 3 installments. So we try and support all our students as best as possible.
Okay, all right then. Well, thank you so much, Yusuf. If teman-teman kalau ada satu pertanyaan di Q&A box dari Ameliana. May I have email of Pak Ibrahim Putra? Okay. I think it will be in the chat box for you, Ameliana. Thanks for the query. Anyway.
And what I'll also do, Lan, is I will send you a copy of my presentation as well. So if you want to share that with, prospective applicants and students, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you. Oke, teman-teman, kita masih punya 2 speakers dan yang berikut ini kita break sebentar. Yang berikut ini adalah Women in STEM Scholarship. Jadi ada beberapa institusi yang bekerja sama dengan British Council. Baru saja program ini diluncurkan untuk memberikan support atau kesempatan berupa scholarship sebesar minimum 10.000 pound dari uang tuition fee, mirip dengan The Great Scholarship, tapi khususnya ditujukan kepada para wanita yang ingin memperdalam pengetahuan mereka di bidang STEM atau yang mempunyai rencana untuk berkarir di bidang STEM yang nantinya akan disampaikan oleh perwakilan dari Liverpool John Moores dan Teesside University. Sebetulnya ada satu universitas yang miss this opportunity today dari Keele University karena satu dan lain hal tidak dapat hadir sore hari ini. Namun nanti kita akan tampilkan program apa saja yang oleh Keele akan dapat di-cover menggunakan Great Scholarship. Oke, jadi teman-teman, saya ingin share screen sedikit. Kalau misalnya ada pertanyaan, silahkan ditanyakan. Tapi saat ini saya juga ingin share screen sedikit mengenai apa aja sih yang AECC bisa bantu sambil menunggu Liverpool John Moores University on the platform. Yang ingin saya share adalah services dari AECC Global. Jadi apa aja sih yang kita bisa bantu teman-teman sehingga teman-teman nggak perlu repot untuk apply sendiri. AECC will approach you guys and we will discuss with you all your intention untuk belajar ke luar negeri and you're passionate in one of the programs yang memang ingin ditempuh untuk postgraduate level. Kemudian kami juga akan minta teman-teman untuk complete the documents. Documentsnya simple sekali, copy passport, CV, kemudian academic transcript and academic certificate. Kemudian Anda juga perlu, terpenting adalah IELTS-nya juga, personal statement untuk universities yang ingin di-apply, dan 2 general recommendation letter, 1 dari academic. Biasanya kita minta 1 dari academic karena university mensyaratkan demikian. Oke, kemudian kita akan bantu teman-teman untuk apply ke university melalui portal yang dimiliki oleh kami dengan university yang bersangkutan. Biasanya letter of offer tergantung dari kesibukan university, bisa keluar dalam waktu 1 minggu sampai 1 bulan bahkan lebih. Kemudian setelah Anda mempunyai letter of offer, tentu ada student ID di letter of offer, yang mana dapat digunakan untuk apply ke Great Scholarship ataupun STEM for Women Scholarship yang sedang ditawarkan oleh institusi bekerja sama dengan British Council. Kemudian setelah Anda decided untuk apply, akan dapat either conditional letter of offer or unconditional letter of offer. Bedanya apa sih? Conditional letter of offer dan unconditional letter of offer. Conditional letter of offer itu adalah letter of offer yang diberikan apabila Anda masih mempunyai kondisi-kondisi tertentu yang harus dilengkapi. Pada umumnya student kita conditionnya adalah IELTS yang belum dimiliki. Sehingga conditional letter of offer tidak bisa berubah menjadi unconditional letter of offer apabila kondisi-kondisi tersebut belum terpenuhi. Oke, setelah keluar unconditional letter of offer, baru Anda bisa accept the offer. Accept the offer itu bagaimana? Accept the offer salah satunya adalah dengan membayarkan deposit yang diminta. Deposit yang diminta biasanya university in the UK are not big. It's around 1,000 up to 2,000 pound. Itu sebagai tanda jadi bahwa Anda akan ambil program, bahkan Anda akan confirm scholarship yang sudah ditawarkan. Sorry, jadi setelah Anda terima conditional atau unconditional letter of offer, baru kita submit application untuk grade scholarship-nya. Kemudian mereka akan kembali dengan offer apabila kita memang dapat grade scholarship-nya, tentu offer mengenai grade scholarship juga akan diberikan di akhir bulan Juni kalau nggak salah, tergantung universitinya lagi, tapi around about di bulan Juni. Oke, documents yang diperlukan tadi saya sudah sebutkan, rasanya tidak ada yang terlewat. Biasanya UK University tidak minta GMAT atau GRE, hanya beberapa selected universities yang akan minta GMAT untuk MBA program. Selebihnya mereka tidak mensyaratkan harus punya GMAT atau GRE. Oke. Namun of course English which is internationally recognized itu bisa dilakukan melalui tes IELTS atau internet based TOEFL ataupun PTE. Tentunya kami sebagai counselor akan suggest Anda untuk melakukan IELTS-nya as soon as possible. IELTS itu berlaku 2 tahun, ya. Kenapa kita akan suggest Anda untuk melakukan IELTS-nya as soon as possible? Karena apabila masih ada failure di IELTS-nya, IELTS yang diminta rata-rata 6,5 with no band less than 6,0. Namun ada beberapa university yang mensyaratkan IELTS-nya 6,0 with no band less than 5.5 untuk postgraduate program. Kenapa kita minta Anda secepatnya ambil IELTS? Karena misalnya Anda belum memenuhi persyaratan IELTS yang diminta, masih ada waktu untuk Anda resit for the IELTS. Ya. Kalau misalnya Anda memang merasa IELTS terlalu sulit atau mungkin bukan terlalu sulit ya, belum mendapat nilai yang diminta, boleh ambil lagi, boleh coba juga IBT Internet Based TOEFL atau PTE, yang semuanya sama-sama merupakan English test yang internationally recognized. Oke, itu seputaran dokumen yang diperlukan. Kemudian mengenai scholarship, saya hanya mengulang apa yang sudah dikatakan oleh mereka tadi. Ada conditional atau unconditional letter of offer, kemudian ada application form. Kita perlu perhatikan deadline dari application form, kapan application form untuk scholarship harus dimasukkan. Kemudian kita juga sebagai bahan pertimbangan your academic merit. Tadi beberapa institusi sudah menyebutkan bahwa paling tidak yang dilirik adalah students dengan GPA 3,6 ke atas, bahkan 3,8 ke atas ya. Jadi memang grade scholarship ini diberikan khusus untuk Indonesian students dan beberapa students dari negara lain ya. Tadi kita bisa lihat Nepal, Pakistan. Tapi kita bicara untuk Indonesian students tidak banyak, antara 1 sampai 3 orang saja yang akan mendapatkan grade scholarship, tergantung dari universitasnya tentunya. Sebagai bahan pertimbangan mereka akan melihat pertama-tama ke academic merit. Jadi kalau misalnya teman-teman merasa berada di GPA 3,6 atau 3,8, boleh berharap-harap cemas bisa mendapatkan scholarship tersebut ya. Tapi mereka juga akan melihat non-academic achievement. Kalau misalnya teman-teman sudah mempunyai sertifikat atau memenangkan mengikuti kompetisi ABC, memenangkan kompetisi ABC atau mempunyai kelebihan di arts atau sports, boleh juga mempertimbangkan untuk apply mendapatkan grade scholarship ini. Ya, kemudian untuk application form tadi disebutkan 2 hal yang perlu disampaikan melalui form tersebut. Pertama adalah how the scholarship will benefit you in the future, how the scholarship will benefit you in your career prospect. Itu adalah satu ulasan yang teman-teman harus buat sendiri, buat as interesting as possible. Ingat teman-teman compete dengan mungkin puluhan, ratusan other candidates yang ingin mendapatkan scholarship yang sama dari Indonesia. Ya. Kemudian yang kedua adalah how would you promote the university apabila Anda mendapatkan scholarship tersebut. Jadi sebagai brand ambassador, apa yang kurang lebih Anda bisa lakukan untuk promote the university. Kurang lebih ini adalah summary aja dari apa yang sudah kita sama-sama dengar tadi. Sedikit mengenai Keele University, the representative yang tidak bisa hadir pada hari ini. Great Scholarship di Keele University juga besarannya £10.000 dan tidak semua program bisa dikaitkan dengan the Great Scholarship, namun hanya program-program ini. Master of Science in Master Computer Science, MSc in Advanced Computer Science, kemudian MSc Accounting and Financial Management, MSc Banking and Finance, MSc Business Analytics, kemudian Enterprise and Innovation, Human Resource Management, International Business yang cukup populer juga masuk di listnya, kemudian MNC Investment, Management, dan Marketing. Hanya itu aja, Marketing MBA. Hanya program ini aja yang bisa dikaitkan dengan Great Scholarship di Keele University. Oke, jangan lupa silakan hubungi AECC Global. Mungkin ada pertanyaan, saya akan stop sharing. Sampai di sini mungkin ada pertanyaan yang bisa kami jawab sebelum kita mulai dengan Liverpool John Moores. Silakan. Yang Women in STEM is actually fully funded scholarship ya. Tadi saya bilang 10.000 ya. Tapi sebetulnya yang baru diluncurkan adalah fully funded women in STEM scholarship. Jadi apabila Anda memang berencana untuk melanjutkan di bidang STEM, jangan kemana-mana, kita tunggu Liverpool John Moores University dan Teesside University yang akan membawakan informasi mengenai fully funded scholarship untuk women in STEM. Kurang lebih mirip dengan apa yang diberikan oleh Chevening Scholarship ya. Bedanya mungkin sedikit beda antara Great Scholarship. Of course bedanya banyak ya, karena Great Scholarship itu cuma 10.000, sedangkan Chevening itu the whole tuition fee dan living cost. Namun keuntungannya adalah karena Great Scholarship ini hanya untuk full fee funding student yang belum mendapatkan scholarship apapun, student yang akan belajar full time, fully funded, mereka tetap bisa work part time while they are studying, dan kemudian pada saat mereka sudah menyelesaikan pendidikannya dengan the Great Scholarship ini, mereka tidak harus langsung pulang ke Indonesia. Mereka bisa menetap di UK selama 2 tahun sampai dan mencari pekerjaan menggunakan graduate route work visa yang boleh didapatkan oleh international students pada saat mereka belajar ke UK. Ada pertanyaan teman-teman? Oke, apabila tidak ada pertanyaan lebih lanjut, mungkin ada komentar yang ingin ditambahkan. Jadi teman-teman jangan lupa kita ada selain Great Scholarship di UK, mereka tetap menawarkan berbagai macam scholarship ya. Mau tanya untuk Great Scholarship, apa kita boleh mengambil scholarship lainnya? Ameliana, Great Scholarship ini tidak bisa digabungkan dengan scholarship lainnya. Bahkan kalau saya nggak salah dengar tadi, semua scholarship tidak bisa digabung-gabungkan. Ya, jadi apabila Anda sudah dapat Great Scholarship, otomatis scholarship yang otomatis diberikan kepada international student, tadi ada yang besarannya 2.000, ada yang 3.000, bahkan ada yang 4.000, akan tidak lagi berlaku untuk student yang mendapatkan Great Scholarship. Dengan kata lain, tidak bisa digabung. Kemudian dari Bernadette, jika GPA masih di bawah 3,5 tapi di atas 3,0, apakah bisa mendapatkan scholarship? Bisa dicoba, tentunya bisa dicoba. Masih banyak scholarship yang ditawarkan tentunya ya. Ada beberapa university yang tidak menetapkan batas GPA dari students untuk mendapatkan scholarship. Kecuali untuk apply harus tentunya di atas 2,1 untuk mendapatkan scholarship. Pada umumnya kita juga mengerti bahwa pasti beberapa ratus student yang apply untuk scholarship akan disaring berdasarkan tingginya nilai akademik mereka. Tapi tentunya tidak ada salahnya untuk mencoba untuk apply, mana tahu keberuntungan ada di pihak kita, sehingga kita dengan katakanlah GPA 3,2 pun bisa mendapatkan Great Scholarship tersebut. Ya, sekali lagi kita akan encourage, kita sebagai counselors akan encourage student untuk tetap apply ke university, dapatkan conditional atau unconditional letter of offer, kemudian kita akan sarankan mereka untuk tetap apply mendapatkan Great Scholarship-nya. Who knows, nggak ada yang nggak mungkin kan? Semoga itu menjawab. Kemudian ada pertanyaan dari Gita. Untuk Women in STEM, apakah ini fully funded dan jurusan serta universitiesnya tertentu? Yes. Fully funded iya, jurusannya tertentu juga iya, universitasnya tertentu iya. Jadi scholarship ini adalah prakarsa institusi tertentu dengan British Council. Jadi yang di cover again tuition fee tapi fully funded, tidak hanya sebagian saja. Oke. Mudah-mudahan itu menjawab pertanyaannya. Terima kasih. Kita masih untuk pembicara kita berikutnya. Nanti ada Nicholas Pitt. Dia merupakan Regional Manager Afrika dan Southeast Asia International Relations Team dari Liverpool John Moores University. Okay. Salah satu universitas yang bekerja sama dengan British Council untuk memberikan scholarship bagi women in STEM ini. Jadi khusus kepada para wanita yang memang punya passionate di dunia STEM ya. Nanti bisa dicek, STEM itu Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. Tapi nanti bisa dicek ke masing-masing university, anything to do with computer. Seperti misalnya data science, bahkan business analytics untuk sebagian universitas itu juga termasuk dalam program STEM. Jadi nanti boleh dicek ke kanselernya apakah, karena kenapa saya sebutkan business analytics, karena saat ini salah satu program in demand adalah business analytics. Oleh sebab itu apabila Anda tertarik untuk mengambil business analytics, boleh dicek ke kanselernya apakah business analytics di universitas tertentu masuk dalam program STEM atau tidak. Okay. Very much on time, Nicholas.
Hi, how are you? Are you okay?
I'm pretty good, thank you. I have introduced you to the audience just now, but let me repeat that again. Nicholas Pitt is the Regional Manager, Africa and Southeast Asia International Relations Team. Over to you, Nicholas. Over to you, Nick.
Okay, that's great, thank you. So I will share my screen in a minute, but yeah, it's nice to have so many of you here today. And I'm just going to introduce to you the British Council Women in STEM scholarship that we have this year for Indonesian students. So it's again nice to see you all, and any questions you have, do feel free to put those maybe in the chat or the Q&A section maybe at the end, and I will answer as many as possible. I will also give you my contact details, so any questions you have around the scholarship, feel free to contact me at any time. But I'll just quickly share my screen with you, so hopefully you can see that okay.
Yes, very clear, thank you.
Okay, so the British Council Women in STEM Scholarship. So we have run this last year and we're running it again this year in partnership with the British Council. So I'll just go over sort of what's covered in the scholarship first of all. So essentially it is a full scholarship. It covers everything. So even, for example, your IELTS course, if you need that before coming to get an unconditional offer, it will cover your IELTS, but it also covers all your travel costs. It covers your accommodation costs, your living costs. You'll get a monthly stipend as well. So that's a monthly payment that you will receive every month that you are here in the UK to cover your living expenses. So it really is a full scholarship that covers every cost pretty much that you can think of. But basically the scholarship itself, it is only available to female students, and it obviously is related to the STEM subjects as well. So very important in terms of the criteria of who can apply for this scholarship. It is to promote females within the STEM sector and growing that sector and you know, encouraging female students to get more involved into those STEM subjects. Okay. So what courses are included in the scholarship? So we have 5 courses available for students. So it's 3 within the Faculty of Science and 3 within the Faculty of Health. Now, every subject in the Faculty of Science will require some kind of science bachelor degree. So if we look at climate change and sustainability, that's a new course for us. It ran last year for the first time, but has grown in popularity amongst students and international students, as it is one of the core sort of areas that really is important for the future. So that's one subject area. We have clinical exercise physiology. So that's within our School of Sport and Exercise Science. So it's kind of, you know, again, looking for a kind of science background within biology, especially for that course. And then we have the MSc Natural Products Discovery. So that's within our School of Pharmacy. So they'll be looking for that course, some kind of background within chemistry, ideally, or biology, but some kind of related subject. But they can be a bit flexible on that course. So that's looking into sort of drug discovery, design, that kind of thing, using natural products and natural resources to develop those for treatments, whether that's a vaccine treatment, drug treatment, things like that. So it's looking at that and what natural products can be used for treatments of illness. But it's a very interesting course, and obviously at the moment, you know, through the pandemic, this is a course that has grown very popularly over the last year or so. And then we have the Faculty of Health, so that would include the MSc International Public Health. So with that course, they don't actually ask for a specific background in any area. So you could have studied a bachelor degree in something quite different to public health. That's no problem for the International Public Health course. So you may have done maybe a management course, something like that. you know, those skills and expertise can come across in this, and it's kind of, you know, it is still a taught masters program that has a lot of placements within the course as well. But in terms of the background, you don't have to have a specific bachelor degree in science or a health subject. They can be quite flexible, but what they want to see is in a personal statement is your ambition to develop and grow within that field and that sector, and how you would like to develop that back in your home country. So back in Indonesia, you know, they'd want to know sort of what you hope to achieve from doing the course. So that's very important for that one. And then we have the MA Mental Health. So again, no specific requirement in terms of the bachelor's degree that you've done, but they would like to see some kind of potentially some background within psychology, that kind of area, if you happen to have done that. But again, can be quite flexible on that course, and kind of, you know, you really want to get across in your personal statement when you're doing and applying for the course how much you want to get into that field and into that area. So again, two very popular courses at the moment for us. Okay, so if we look at the eligibility, so what are the requirements and who can apply for this scholarship? So, you know, as a student from Indonesia, yes, you can apply. So it has to be female students. So unfortunately, we cannot accept male students for this course. The purpose of the scholarship is to promote women in STEM subject areas. So you must have an offer of study. So this is very important. So you have to apply for the course before you apply for the scholarship. So you need an offer of study, whether that can be conditional, that's absolutely fine. You can apply with a conditional offer, but you need to have an application in for the course before you apply for the scholarship. So as long as you do that, you know, that's absolutely fine, and it is a requirement that we see your application for the course in the system. Okay, so English language. So obviously to get an unconditional offer, you will require an English test, so whether that's an IELTS or a different test. So that's just part of the offer. Okay, but British Council do say in their terms and conditions of the scholarship that they can cover the cost of an IELTS. Now, in terms of getting a decision on the scholarship, we don't expect that to be until sort of the end of May. So it could be that, you know, you get awarded the scholarship with a conditional offer, and then take the IELTS test later on down the line. Okay, so something that these are all set by the British Council, this criteria. So what they do look for is just demonstrate any work experience or proven interest in the chosen programme. So again, when you're writing your personal statement, very important to get across your passion for that subject area and why you want to study that area, what you hope to achieve in the future by studying that course with us. So, and any relevant sort of work experience or volunteering experience that you may have that's related to that subject area, that would be really good in your application. Not vital, but it would look really good. Okay, so applicants must have the funds to cover remaining living costs, travel, and any other costs associated. So this is just a little bit. So basically, when you travel over to the UK, you will need a little bit of cash on you in hand to support, you know, your travel over. Yes, they cover the flights, we pick you up from the airport, all of that's covered. But if you need food or something on your travel, maybe the first 2 weeks that you're in the UK as well, it will take time to set up a UK bank account. So you will need some funds at that point. Your accommodation will be paid for. So that's nothing to worry about, that will be paid for. It's literally just a little bit extra for your first couple of weeks in the UK to cover your food costs until your stipend payment is up and running, which will be fairly quickly once you're here. Okay, so again, very important, applicants must not have previously studied at degree level or higher in the UK. Okay, so that's something that's very important. If you've done your bachelor degree in the UK before, unfortunately, you won't be eligible for the course. Okay, so if you've done your bachelor degree in Indonesia, absolutely, that's great. You can apply for a scholarship. Okay, so applicants must not be in receipt of any other financial support or funding towards the study programme. So if you've got another scholarship through maybe whether it's Achieving or something like that, or some other kind of scholarship scheme, you can't combine the scholarships. Obviously, this one would very much, for the courses that we have, outweigh any scholarship because it is a fully funded scholarship that covers everything. Okay, so just some points to note as well. Ideally, we're looking for very good, high-profile students for this. And we do work with a lot of our international students when they're here to work as ambassadors with us. So helping with sort of testimonials, maybe some social media content, that kind of thing. So we would like the ambassadors, the students that get the award, to kind of be involved in that a little bit whilst you're here. And I believe this is something by the British Council as well, is that you need to agree to return to your home country for a minimum of 2 years after the scholarship. And the whole idea is to sort of build your expertise in these areas, to go back to Indonesia and support your country and develop ideas and be a real high profile person within that field of study that you do with us. Okay, so in terms of the application, basically it's all on our website. So what you need to do is basically just go onto our website. At the top of the web page, it will say international. So you click on international, then go to international scholarships and look for postgraduate scholarships, and it will be the British Council Women in STEM Scholarship. So all the information is on the website, including the application form. So that application form, it's a very simple form to do, but do ensure that you answer every question in detail. That's the best way for us to be able to look at and consider your application as getting as much detail as possible into the answers on that application form. But also just to note again that you do have to apply for the course before you apply for the scholarship. But all the details on the website in terms of how to apply for the scholarship. And I would note as well, at the moment, we have 5 of these scholarships available. And at the moment, we haven't had loads of applications. So if you are interested, get those applications in. You will stand a very good chance of getting one. And as I say, I encourage you to sort of get across your passion to that subject area that you would like to do. Okay, so the deadline for this scholarship is the 31st of March. So again, if you have to get an offer of study, we'll be looking to get those applications for the courses in, ideally by early March, and then get that application for the scholarship. So ideally, as I say, try and get applications in for the course by early March, and then you still have time to apply for a scholarship as well and take time on giving good answers into that scholarship application form. My contact details are there, so it's m.a.pitt@ljmu.ac.uk. Feel free to contact me anytime. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have about the scholarship and entry requirements for the course. I'll be happy to go over that with you. And yeah, if you've got any questions now, feel free to put anything into the chat and I'll do my best to answer those questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Nick. There is one question in the question and answer box, even though you mentioned that. Does the applicant need a letter of a letter of acceptance before applying to the Women in STEM scholarship. I mean, you mentioned that earlier, but
Yeah, so exactly. So students do require to have an offer of study. That can be a conditional offer. It doesn't have to be unconditional. Like I said, as part of the scholarship, the British Council do cover the cost of an IELTS test and IELTS preparation. So, you know, if you have a conditional offer, please do apply for the scholarship. You are still, you know, considered for the scholarship.
Thank you. Emira, mudah-mudahan itu menjawab ya. Kemudian Gita, she also asked, is it possible from bachelor degree of economics to obtain LOA? Since STEM only provide for science programs, should we demonstrate what kind of our skill that could support our passion major?
Yeah, exactly. So, for example, that scholarship. So basically, you can apply for a program such as International Public Health. So they don't consider, you know, they don't require specifically a background within STEM. So the International Public Health course would definitely be an option. And what you'd be looking at in terms of an economics bachelor is to sort of get across maybe some transferable skills that you gain through that bachelor degree, you know, whether it's doing project work, things like that, management skills maybe that you've picked up. And that does come across into international public health because there is some sort of management related areas within that course and modules that relate to management. So, you know, in terms of doing economics bachelor, as long as you get across in a personal statement for the application that you're very keen, that you want to get into that area going forward and into the future, that's the most important for them in international public health.
Oke, kita mudah-mudahan itu menjawab ya. Pada dasarnya, the only course yang tidak memerlukan STEM background adalah International Public Health. Yang Anda perlu lakukan tentu personal statement-nya. Anda perlu mereflect di personal statement kenapa Anda mau pindah karir misalnya. Kemudian scholarship itu, award itu nanti akan menunjang Anda untuk melakukan sesuatu di karir berikutnya. Nah, itu perlu Anda jabarkan dengan lengkap karir apa. Kurang lebih scholarship-nya itu akan berguna untuk Anda dalam Anda mengejar karir apa. Okay, another question for you is from Andrea Putri. Is the go back to home country for 2 years applied immediately after graduation? Or the awardee got the chance to apply for work visa first before they going back to the home country?
Yeah, so this is something that's put in by the British Council. So it's kind of the purpose of the scholarship is to encourage students to do well in these courses and try and influence back home in that field. So that's basically that criteria is put in place by the British Council to say that now whether they, you know, it's not as strict, you have to be home by this date sort of thing, but we do have to have a return flight booked for you. So that, you know, it can't be too late. And yeah, so once the course is finished, you know, you should be looking to get a return flight, you know, as soon as possible, really, once the course is finished.
Yeah. Thank you. Jadi Andrea ya nggak bisa pakai graduate route visanya ya, karena pada saat Anda dapat scholarship ini nanti Anda akan apply untuk visa. Certain amount of time akan di grant visanya oleh British Embassy untuk masuk ke UK dan harus pulang. Jadi pada saat mungkin Anda mau coba untuk apply buat graduate route visa nggak akan dapat visanya, karena memang salah satu kondisi dari scholarship ini adalah student harus langsung kembali untuk menggunakan ilmu yang didapat di negara di mana dia berasal. Okay, another question, does the women in STEM living cost allowance adjusted by the city or all university is equal?
Okay, so I wouldn't be 100% sure on that. I believe it's possibly equal, but obviously the STEM scholarship is only available at certain universities. Not every university has this, and that's important to know. I believe you're going to speak to Teesside as well, who also have the Women in STEM scholarship. So not every university has this on offer. It's a very unique scholarship that is fully funded and only limited universities have it available. So in terms of the living cost, it will be sort of explained through the British Council, but it's a monthly stipend that I know this year is very generous, that covers everything that you can need basically to live in. I know for Liverpool, definitely you're getting a very nice accommodation, you're getting a monthly stipend that covers everything that you need for food, living costs. So you live very, very comfortably on the amount that's given to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Mudah-mudahan itu menjawab pertanyaannya Emira bahwa cost allowance-nya pertama-tama mungkin yang harus dimengerti adalah tidak semua universitas menawarkan Women in STEM scholarship, sehingga living cost-nya juga nanti akan diberikan tergantung dari setiap tahun berbeda-beda ya, Nick. So every year might be different. This year Nick mentioned tahun ini generous, tahun lalu tahun 2021 generous banget, mereka cover accommodation, kasih student stipend untuk allowance, tapi tentunya masih ada hal-hal yang harus di cover oleh student walaupun tidak banyak. Okay, thank you so much for your support today. Teman-teman, apabila masih ada pertanyaan, boleh ditulis di question and answer session. Nanti tim AECC akan mencoba untuk menjawab pertanyaan Anda. Alright.
Time. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Our next and our last speaker for today is Ronnie Chai. And he's the Assistant Regional Manager from Teesside University Regional Office, Southeast Asia. Welcome back to the platform, Ronnie.
Hello, Lenny. Hello, everybody. I'm the 恭喜发财 for anyone is celebrating the Chinese New Year. I am actually in my hometown at this moment, and I thought I will be going back to my office for by next Monday to resume my normal operations there. Anyhow, 恭喜发财, Happy Chinese New Year for those who celebrate it. I see that I am the last speaker for today, so perhaps probably we save the best for last. So today I'm gonna talk to you about the STEM Women in STEM scholarships and others scholarship schemes available from Teesside universities that may be able to cater to you. So once again, my name is Ronnie. I am the Assistant Regional Manager of Teesside University. I'm actually based in the Southeast Asia Regional Office in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. So if you hear my accent is very familiar or very funny, then you know where I'm coming from. So today I'm going to talk to you mainly on the scholarship schemes that we are working alongside with British Council, and then there are some other scholarships offered by some other bodies as well as the university. I will share also the same time today. So please stay tuned with me for the next 20 minutes. And if you do have any questions, I'll be happy to answer your queries at the end of the presentation during the Q&A session. So without further ado, I would just like to give a little brief introduction about Teesside University, because many of you, maybe not all of you, may have heard about Teesside University before. So I'm going to start to talk to you about our location. We are actually located in the center of Middlesbrough, which is northeast region of England. So if you can see the map from there, that's where we are. We are in the northeast region of England. So there are 4 countries in the UK: England, Wales, Scotland, as well as Northern Ireland. So we are in the in the county of England, and then we are in the northeast region. So all in all, we have about 18,000 students, including international students, total population in Teesside University, and you're looking at about 30% of them are international. So we have a quite diverse international culture mixture within the university campus itself. So in the past, the university also invested over £270 million capital into the campus infrastructure and facilities, etc. for the upcoming 10 years, we are in the 5th year running now, in fact. So since 2016, we have allocated additional £300 million to expand our campus facility and infrastructures. So the latest additions that we had was the Student Life Building, as well as the newest National Health Horizon Science Research Center. These are some of the development that have that invested by the university for this 10 years expansion plan. So there are 2 airports that are accessible to Teesside. One is Teesside Airport, and then the other one is Newcastle Airport. So as for international students like yourself, you just need to fly into either one of these airports, then we will have airport pickup service to pick you from this respective airport, fetch you to the university accommodation or your own accommodation or the university campus. So talk about the international community. You already know that we have a total population of 18,000 students, and 30% are international students. And we have a very long history welcoming students from all over the world. We are over 90 nationalities from around the world. And in Southeast Asia itself, we have students from Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, Philippines, Vietnam, Myanmar, and the rest. So we have quite a diverse culture. So every year, the international students, they will get together. We will organize events for them and to gather them around, and then they will have to celebrate their own local festivals within the universities. And these international students is actually a rare asset for Northeast region of the country, because they were built on the institution as like Teesside were built in existence of the university. And one of the reasons is to transform the lives and economies within the region, and international community actually plays a big role into that. And that is why also we landed this quite attractive scholarship with the British Council this year to embrace the diversities of the university nationalities. And a little bit of our reputation. We have been around for a long time. We were first started in the year of 1930. So we are in the year of 2022 now. So we have been over 90 years of experience as an education provider. Of course, as a modern university in the UK, we are ranked in the Times Higher Education World University ranking. And the very most recent accomplishments that we have achieved was we have been claimed as the University of the Year for Social Inclusion in the University Guide 2022 latest ranking. And Teesside is also very proud to be the first Adobe Creative Campus technology in Europe as well as in the UK. So we were the first one adopted this technology. And another highlights that I would like to share with you here would be based on this International Student Barometer survey. So this is a survey that mainly targeting for international students, and is looking at how happy and how satisfied the international students with Teesside University. So we are very proud of this. If you can look at here in the category of learning, support, living, and arrival, there are so many subcategories, and we have scored over 90% satisfaction rate out of all these features and services that we have offered for international students. So this gives you the confidence, and I'm sure if you ever become part of the international students community, you will have the same experience, a pleasant experience with us, and then in the end, you will reflect accordingly on this International Students Barometer survey, and we have been consistently ranked very competitive in this survey scale. So talk about today's topic. So the project that we're working alongside with the British Council, the Scholarship for Women in STEM. Why is it this? So we, as a modern university in Teesside, we promote very heavily on gender equality and supporting women in STEM. So these are the programs and activities that we have to embrace this particular area. So we have the Power of Women, the Girls Network, and big events. So this both programs is to raise the ambitions of young girls and the women in the Northeast region of England, and they connect young girls to a network of professional female roles. So they help them to inspire them, to empower them to realize their ambitions, because we believe we need to nurture, if we're going to embrace women's power, the power of the network, we would need to start from young. So we nurture them since young. So this is the program that target for that. And also we have the International Women's Day celebration. That is the annual event happening in the university. So it's also bringing together an inspirational woman to hear about their stories, learn about their success, the challenges that they face, how did they overcome it, to get inspiration, to get inspired by these amazing, successful women, what they have been through before. So it's a very meaningful event, and we through this event we actually inspire lots of female entrepreneurs to came up from their comfort zone and then to embrace the professions that they have studied in the university. So this is a virtual, we also have the International School Exchange Program. We offer a virtual exchange for primary school girls from a local middle school council, so they get together from other countries and regions to come and visit and to feel the ambitions that the university is building. So supporting the female so as a university, we will talk about the programs, we talk about the campaign, the activities that we have to support women in STEM. So what are the other things that we help to support them in terms of their career? So we are the bronze award member of the Athena Swan Chartered Equality Mark that recognizes good practice and commitment to advancing gender equality in higher education. It's a very high honor for us to be scored in a bronze award in these categories, because they recognize our effort and our commitment into gender equality. And then we also actively encourage young women into STEM field through a range of initiatives, like the recent Hello World event inspired female students to consider a career in computing. So this is why these STEM scholarships includes computing subject studies area. Okay. Moving on, moving in STEM. So what's this scholarship is offering? So for Teesside, this program is available for women. So we, of course, women in STEM, this scholarship is applicable for female applicants. And how much is it worth? This scholarship itself is going to worth £35,000 each, which will cover your tuition fees, your stipends, your return economy class flight ticket, your other study related course, or even if you need to take for IELTS, it will be covered. Your visa application fee, your NHS charges, all will be covered within this category, within these scholarships. £35,000, and we have 5 units of it for Southeast Asia region. So the chances is there, we have quite a high amount of quantity of it for students to score. And talk about the eligibility. Of course, you have to be a woman, and then the applicant has to be the passport holder and permanent resident of either these Southeast Asian countries, so including Indonesia, Cambodia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Philippines, Thailand, or Vietnam. Although we have 5 units of the Women in STEM scholarships available, so we will assess based on all these nationalities included. So there will be no specific quota allocated to certain country. No, all applicants from these eligible countries will be treated fairly, and then they will be assessed equally. And another criteria will be that you cannot have a previous study degree level in the UK before, or lived recently in the UK before. So meaning to say your undergraduate degree must not coming from a UK institutions, and you must not also currently be in receipt of any financial support or funding awards to your study program in the UK from any other source. Meaning to say, if you are sponsored students from your local government authorities or whatsoever, you will not be eligible for this Women in STEM scholarship. So applicant must intend to study a 1-year master's program in one of the following subjects. So these are the 7 subjects area that qualify for this scholarship scheme: environmental management, sustainable innovation, advanced biomedical science, microbiology, applied AI, applied data science, and lastly would be the Master of Public Health. All these are in master's level and they are in MSc. So how do you apply? Apply to Teesside University or one of the eligible courses. So you need to secure an offer letter, offer a study place with us. And then you will generate a student ID within your offer letter. then you need to lodge in a separate application through this Women in STEM scholarship page, which I have embedded the application link there. So the separate application will collect and not only on your own basic personal information, but also your motivations for applying the scholarship. You need to provide a personal statement, you need to provide a resume, your working experience, and something nice, and then you blowing your own trumpet to make the scholarship committee recognizes noticing your applications. And the deadline for this application is it will be on 5 p.m. UK time on 31st of March 2022, and we are expecting to notify the shortlisted applicants by end of May or early June. Okay, and then speaking of I'm just going to touch on it very quickly on the entry requirements. So if you're going to apply for an MSc program, if you are Indonesian graduate, you need to have a GPA, undergraduate GPA grade point of average 2.5 out of 4.0. This would be the minimum GPA that you need to achieve to apply to get an offer with us. And the English requirement ranges from program with from 6.0 to 7.0 in IELTS. Or alternatively, you also have our Teesside English language test, which can cover, which can help you to fulfill the English requirement. Okay, how are we going? What are we looking for women in STEM in scholarship? So we are looking for individual outstanding academic ability, and then they need to be someone that is inspirational. So we want you to inspire the next generation of learners and raise the ambitions for everyone. And then lastly, you will have the chance, you need to be the ambassadors of the university as well as British Council. So these three are the criteria that the university will be looking after for students to come in when they're selecting these applicants for this Women in STEM scholarship. So we have a complete scholarship committee member sitting in the university, including our vice chancellors, our director of international development, the course that you're applying for, the associated internationals, head of internationals, recruitment and mobility, all this, etc. They will be the scholarships committee member deciding whether these students would eligible for the scholarship, entitled for this Women in STEM scholarship. So that will be all. So if you do have any interest of this subjects area, this seven subject area, please do approach your counselors from AECCs to score your chance to compete on these Women in STEM scholarships, and be mindful on the deadline, because I think it's 31st of March is quite, it can be approaching very soon. And if you notice that we also have applied artificial intelligence and applied data science, this pool program is eligible for women instead. On top of that, they are also eligible for our OFS conversion MSc scholarship. This scholarship is, we have 18 units of it, and each worth of £10,000 for eligible students. So if you do not manage to score the Women in STEM scholarship, you were still entitled to apply for this MSc OFS conversion MSc scholarship, which worth of £10,000, and it also strictly reduce on the tuition fees. But this program is only this particular scheme is only applicable for applied AI as well as applied data science, these two programs only. And the deadline for this scholarship is on the 7th of August 2022. And the other scholarship scheme available would be, if you're unsuccessful in receiving a Women in STEM scholarship or OFS scholarship, we will also have our own internal scholarship from the university, which is the Global Excellence Scholarship. This is an automatic £2,000 scholarship deduction towards if you exceed the academic entry requirement. And then also on top of that, we also have our Vice Chancellor Scholarship of £5,000. This is also another tuition fee reduction, and it's a separate application needed. And we have 30 units of it available for international students. So our tuition fee is actually quite affordable. We are charging £14,000 per year. So imagine if you do get the Women in STEM scholarship, which is worth of £35,000. Basically, you only need to pay £14,000 toward your tuition fees, and you get the remaining £21,000 to pay for the rest of your expenses, like flight ticket, visa, NHS, IELTS, and etc. So you have plenty of, and you're living at allowance, of course. You have plenty of buffer there to play with, and this would be the if you're for self-funding students, or if they're paying on their own tuition fees, their own accommodation, their own personal expenses, they'll be looking at 19,000 to 20,000 pounds per year. So if you do, this is the minimum amount. This would be the range of amount that self-funding students will be paying. So if you do get that scholarship, it actually covers the whole thing. You don't need to chip out any single cents for your own studies. So that will be all from me. This is my contact. Once again, my name is Ronnie. This is my email and my mobile number there. I'm also available on social chat like WhatsApp and Line. So please do, if you do have any questions, you may not have it now, but if you have it later, feel free to reach out to me directly or go to your counselors from AECC Global. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take any Q&A if there's any. Back to you, Lenny.
Thank you, Ronnie. Wow, excellent. Very impressive. Yeah, 35,000 pounds to cover.
I know, right? I wish I'm a woman. I would definitely go and apply.
Oh, okay, there is one question from Gita for you. I'm really interested with the sustainable innovation subject area. Is it relatable since my last educational background is management? Can we undertake part-time or internship while study? Thank you.
If going to the internship, if you're gonna take in part-time job, that is acceptable during your study. If you do have the time, we're encouraging students to take part-time job. If you're talking about if you do have in terms of the entry requirement, we will be very much looking at, you know, if you are coming from a business background, you are eligible to apply for this program because this is part under the School of Teesside University Business School. And if you do have any working experience in the relevant field regarding sustainable innovations, it will be giving you a bonus to advantage to applying for this scholarship. So to answer your questions in a simple matter, yes, you are eligible for if your last education background is in management, you are eligible to apply for this program.
Thank you. Next, is Women in STEM scholarships open every year?
Based on the past few years, yes, we open it every year, and it's through a series of bidding and discussions and arrangement with the British Council, and then they will make these allocations from different institutions. They're gonna give how many units of the scholarships schemes. So it is available every year, but I cannot say for certain there will be certain particular nationality would be in the list of each year. So every year they will have different region of the nationalities of applicants that they are focusing. Like this year they are focusing on Southeast Asia. That's why we have benefited the students from this region: Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and the rest.
Oke, mudah-mudahan itu menjawab ya, Sylvia. Ada setiap tahun, namun belum tentu setiap tahun ada untuk Indonesian citizen. Mungkin tahun ini terbuka untuk Southeast Asian, terutama Indonesian citizen. Belum tentu tahun depan dia masih terbuka untuk Indonesian citizen, tapi mungkin masih ada scholarship-nya. Good question next. Teresia has two questions. One, if she applies to Teesside, is it also mean that she automatically applies to women in STEM as well? Second, I'm an informatics engineering graduate. I'm working now in research, so I really want to focus on human-computer interaction. Does Teesside have similar program?
Okay, hi Teresia. To answer your first questions, if you're gonna apply Teesside, yes, you are not automatically applied to the women in STEM. You will need to make a separate applications, but you need to lodge in the application on the program, and you need to secure an offer first before you can apply for the Women in STEM scholarship. So there are two separate applications that you need to do. First one will be application for the university admissions. And then once you've gotten the offer letter, then you apply for the Women in STEM scholarships. And since you are informatics engineering graduates, if you wanted to do focus on human-computer interactions, we do have that, but I'm afraid they are not listed in the scholarships eligible programs. So I think the closest that you'll be looking at would be our applied AI. So hopefully that can also gives you the machine learning, and then talk about the artificial intelligence of the Internet of it. So hopefully that would also gives you a hint of relevancies there. Thank you.
Thank you. Masih ada lagi pertanyaan dari teman-teman? Great info, Ronnie. Thank you. Very
Most
good.
welcome.
Okay, well, if there is no other questions, I just would want to remind teman-teman on the other scholarships that Teesside has, yaitu di OFS scholarships ya, itu worth 10.000, tentu ada kuotanya. Kemudian ada Global Excellence Scholarship sebesar 2.000, dan juga ada Vice Chancellor Scholarship sebesar 5.000 dengan kuota 50 kalau nggak salah tadi. Oh 30, sorry 30. So kalau misalnya you didn't get the Women in STEM scholarship, there are always other possibilities for you to get the other scholarships available by Teesside. Ya, oke teman-teman, kalau sudah tidak ada pertanyaan lagi, I would like to thank you, Ronnie, for the excellent information that we can enjoy this afternoon. Thank you so much for your support to AECC as well.
Thank you, Lani. Thank you, AECC, for having me. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. I shall excuse myself then.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Oke, teman-teman, kita sudah sampai di akhir acara hari ini. Tadi sudah sempat diberikan oleh Doni ya, link untuk mendaftarkan diri Anda untuk langsung bertemu dengan representatif yang hadir sore hari ini, plus ada representatif dari berbagai UK Uni di hari Jumat mendatang, ya tanggal 11 Februari 2022. Intinya university yang akan ikut di one-on-one session kita memiliki great scholarship maupun ada scholarships yang bisa ditawarkan ke international students. Bila sudah mengisi link yang tadi, great. We will contact you with further detail on the link. Dan juga ada details yang Anda perlu tahu. Tapi kalau misalnya you miss the link that Doni put in the chat box, boleh hubungi counselor Anda. Nanti counselor Anda akan do the reservation for you. Sekali lagi, hari Jumat depan, tanggal 11 Februari, mulai dari jam 1. Oke. Selain acara kita di hari Jumat depan, tentu masih ada acara lain tanggal 18 dengan University di Malaysia. Kemudian tanggal 19 kita juga ada Virtual Education Fair mencakup UK, Australia, New Zealand juga. Nanti teman-teman akan dapatkan linknya untuk daftar. Dan kita juga punya face-to-face event yang akan diadakan tanggal 20 Januari dengan into provider universities yang bekerja sama dengan itu. Alright, teman-teman, last but not least, terima kasih buat teman-teman yang sudah hadir pada sore hari ini. Dan jangan lupa teman-teman have a great weekend ahead. Dan jangan lupa stay safe juga karena di seputaran kita masih banyak ancaman penyakit ya, Omikron yang sangat mudah menular. walaupun tidak sekeras COVID-19 lainnya, namun teman-teman stay safe, tetap prokes, jangan kumpul-kumpul dulu di bulan Februari ini. Kecuali di acara kita nanti yang face to face, di mana kita akan lakukan prokes dengan ketat. Oke, selamat sore, terima kasih sekali lagi.
That's the thing about life. It can be unpredictable, but your dreams need not be. How far would you go to make your dreams come true? How close are you to reaching those goals set by you? While others focus on a new normal, you focus on a new beginning. Look around for what inspires you. Build your narrative. After all, it's your story to tell. Take a chance. Take a leap. Begin your study abroad journey with us.
Looking for the right course for you? Welcome to AECC Global's Course Search, your one-stop platform for all your international education needs. Browse through millions of free, valuable study abroad resources to pursue your international study dream. To begin your search, type in your preferred course in the search bar. Filter by sub-course category, level of study, destination preference, tuition fees, duration, and post-study work visa. With a destination drop-down, you can search for the preferred destinations of your choice. You can also filter down courses like top-ranked universities in your preferred destination and their rankings. Browse through various career choices, and you can also browse through free student resources like articles on tips to study abroad, the latest news, etc. We are here to support you with every step of your study abroad journey. To explore your course options, visit search.aeccglobal.com.